Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact, Impact Docs, Impact Fans, featured right here on the TNI Network. This is Trent, along with my co-host, Alicia and Marq, and this is the Impact and Access TV review for April 22nd, 2021. Rebellion, go home. What's going on, everybody? What are you laughing at?
Treehouse on the bottom.
Treehouse on the bottom. Yeah, there we go. Treehouse on the bottom. We got the clean cut contingent up top here. Jaybone, I don't know. Jaybone should join you on the bottom. Move you to the bottom, Jaybone, for your past.
Jaybone's the bottom?
For your past indiscretions, Jaybone. Move to the bottom.
Indiscretions?
What's going on, guys? It's Rebellion Go Home. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the episode, BTI, all sorts of shit. The Iceman was advertised for tonight, and we're waiting on him, right? Bill, why don't you break this down? What's going on with the Iceman? We're just waiting on him.
Yeah, we're waiting on the Iceman. It seems like he's in contact, but I don't know if we might have technical issues. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But as we'll talk about BTI, yeah, he's in a heavy investigation into the paranormal. I'm worried.
Talk about
the Iceman. He may have gotten involved in some stuff he shouldn't have, and we might have to call the Ghostbusters.
We'll see what's going on with the Iceman. We're just, like I said, we're just waiting confirmation on him coming in. We were locked in, but we just wanted to, make sure he's connected and good to go. Not another swinger incident. We just want to make sure.
We don't want a swinger incident.
Well, I mean, the Iceman's not in 1986, so we should be all right.
Should have regular connection, regular feed.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on, guys? It's the Rebellion's on Sunday. What did Matt Stryker say? 3 sleeps till Rebellion. It's on Sunday night, the 25th. So I'm psyched for who already pre-ordered it. Anybody pre-ordered this yet? Oh yeah, Mark's got it. Nice. Of course. How about in the chat? Or who's pre-ordered Rebellion? Who's got it all on the Fight TV ready to go? They announced something today though, that it's going to stream on PlayStation. Did I hear that right?
Yeah,
what was that?
I heard that too.
Yeah,
they just kind of threw it away, and I was like, "Do they?" And I don't know if that's in the chat. I don't know if that's just a PS5 thing, like the latest PlayStation. That I don't know all the details, but
does that mean that? Well, because the old Global Force Network, before it turned into Impact TV or whatever you want to call it now, that used to be on at my Xbox.
So they're going back to game systems. Is that what's going on?
I'm hoping. I mean, I don't have a PlayStation. I mean, hey, Xbox. Hey.
I do have a PlayStation, so I'd love to if that worked. But I mean, I
have all my PlayStations,
like 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Same.
No,
one through 2.
It still works. Yeah, I can play my old,
Same.
games.
My launch date PSX still works.
I had a modded PS1 and I sold it for no good reason. I should have kept it. Like I really wish I kept that modded PS1. It could play like burned games and shit. It's awesome. I have 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, that's it. So I don't play any of them though. So they just sit there. They're like streaming devices. That's it. But
all these birthdays.
Whose birthdays? And we got birthdays in the chat. I see Richard's birthday. Happy birthday. Who else has a birthday coming up?
Swag fan next week on Monday.
Well, Swag.
Bell's Boy. I'm sorry.
Bell's Boy Monday. I will wish you. Or wish you on Sunday.
It's Mother Earth's birthday.
Wait, yeah. There's somebody on Sundays.
Jiminy Christmas.
That's right, everybody. It's Jaybone. Jaybone, have you successfully milked one of our listeners for a free stream of Rebellion for your birthday yet?
Not yet.
He's got 3 sleeps.
Working on it.
3 sleeps until you could provide Jaybone with a purchase of Rebellion. Jaybone, I still can't believe you're doing this. All these listeners come here every week. They listen to us. They buy shirts. They share bits.
Let me ask though.
They love the bone.
If the bone gets gifted a Rebellion, does said buyer get some kind of direct message reward?
I don't know, Jaybone.
Like, will Jaybone slide the bone into your DMs?
Oh.
I would wholeheartedly thank them. Absolutely. Yeah. Live. Might even send them something.
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about.
That's talking. Now you're talking, Jaybone.
A prize for a prize.
All right, there you go. So there you go, guys.
A gift from the bone.
You drop $40 to buy this guy a paper. He might send you a maybe like
signed,
like a
boudoir
Signed
8
8 by 10.
a signed
Yep.
8x10 of Jaybone.
from the boudoir bone shoot.
And it's all
I'll send you a signed selfie of the crew.
there you go. He'll send you this one. And his autograph will just be J''Bone. Well, you won't even get the full Jaybone.
Well, that would be a thing. That would be a rare item. Like have the whole crew sign something, including
Well,
like the scumbag.
I think when we he's the hardest one to get, honestly, which is weird. But I think
Hey,
when we
he
all
actually liked something on Twitter today. It's the first sighting
Wow.
of that scumbag in months.
when we all get to meet up for a show when things are back to normal, I'd like to definitely we'll take a picture and we'll all sign it. Maybe if you, I would love to know.
That'll be the 8x10
Yes.
available on the Patreon.
Sign it. I'm gonna mushroom stamp.
I can't.
I'm
I
gonna
would.
get a special stamp.
I'm gonna pose it to the chat right now. I'm gonna pose a chat. Who would buy an 8x10 of the crew signed like from us? I would love to know this.
If you answer yes, I'm booting you from chat.
Shit, man. Well, look, we're gonna talk Rebellion in a little bit. Jay, we got any news? It wasn't much news going on this week, though, like breaking news or anything other than. I
Quiet.
guess if you're Mickey James, you're not too happy. That's
Yeah.
about the only news I can think
That's some
of.
shit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was.
I
give a
mean,
shot.
I don't know if I'd call that news. I mean, that's just pretty scummy. It's
That's pretty ratchety.
As we
Yeah.
sit here sipping tea and throwing shade.
That's true.
Come on.
She threw some
fellas.
nice shade. She definitely did.
oh,
Deservingly
she
too.
did. She did.
Former
yeah,
knockout
Yes.
champion.
So-
And I believe that person is now fired.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
That's what they
yeah.
say. Well, they're reporting a name. Right
Trim
now.
Sand stuff came out and said said person is no longer with the WWE. So at
Is
least
that
there's
Vince?
that.
You don't treat a former knockout legend like that. You know what I mean?
I mean,
you don't.
well,
You don't treat
is that the person's fault, or is it a reflection of a shitty corporate culture that treats people like garbage?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's not an isolated incident. Apparently,
Well,
it's not. It happened more than once.
that sucked. That sucked. I hope that she comes
that's
home.
horrible.
Come on home, Mickey. Come on home. Should we play the jingle? Is there really any news today, or should we just jump right in? We're gonna do predictions of the pay-per-view at the end of the show tonight, guys. We're just gonna name a match, blast it off real quick at the end. So if you want to hang out with that at the end of the show, we'll call a match out. I'll give an opinion. Jaybone, if you could take tally, if you want to do that, like you usually do, we'll do that. Otherwise, whatever. But that's it. We'll do that at the end. So, and you guys can all sound off in the chat on what you got for Sunday too. But there's really no news, right? There's really nothing.
Well, we got a debut tonight, so I don't know.
We'll get to that.
But
How
yeah,
about this? How about we just quickly mention, Bill, you want to plug Celebration real quick one more time? Just you're doing it on Sunday morning.
Yes,
let
I
everyone
know a
what
few
it is.
other people in the watch along are doing it as well.
Yeah.
So the celebration, 11 a.m. Eastern, it's 2 hours, hosted by good friend of the show, Gia Miller.
Gia Miller.
But a lot of talent has been confirmed for it. A lot of the champions loaded for those 2 hours. Still, you sign up. It's going to be a Zoom call. Just raise your hand, ask questions of the talent. Very cool experience. And you'll probably learn some stuff that day because they're obviously doing it at Skyway. There's going to be people moving in and out. Who knows who you might see. Or like they've unveiled like a new title on there before. But you'll get some backstory that you usually don't get. But definitely there's the swag bag for those first 50. Not sure how many people signed up. So, hey, you still might get a swag bag. But then obviously you get the t-shirt, the Rebellion t-shirt, which you saw Rich Swann wearing tonight. Very cool t-shirt.
That's a nice shirt. That's a sweet shirt.
Yes.
Actually, yeah.
You get some of the. Actually, I'll grab one right now.
Is this the ring mat?
Oh, the
You'll
swatches.
get one of those.
Nice. Very cool.
So you get
Very
that. So all kinds of good stuff. So definitely like $110.
Pays for itself.
Much, yeah, like if you've done
sure.
stuff or any of these other promotions, that's not a lot to interact with talent. When I think at WrestleMania they were doing interactive things at like $150, $200 a pop.
Yeah, and you get 2 minutes in that.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, hey,
and if
listen.
there and gone.
And I think they're almost down to the wire on how many they got left. So I would say,
Hey, so I really want to know if anybody gets one of these swag bags. Like, let me know what's in it.
yeah, I'm curious
Hopefully
too.
I get one and I will hopefully bring it on.
I heard. I heard that there's something in the bag. Someone revealed something from the company that there is a coffee mug, like a travel mug.
Oh yeah, there's a tumbler
with impact.
Coffee.
Yeah.
It's one of those like,
like one of those
keep it warm for like 10-hour tumblers, right? Yeah.
Oh,
it's like a metal one
Like
with
a
a
Yeti.
handle.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Dude, it's pretty dope.
Cocktail hour, brother.
That's it. Cocktail hour for sure.
Yeah.
No, it looks cool. It's a cool little like coffee tumbler thing. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I'm like, damn, that would have been nice to get. Shit. They could always sell that on Shop Impact afterwards. So we'll see what happens. Which I am gonna put. I got an order to put in. Track suits. I got an order. I got my DVDs there. The Slamversary 2020 is finally up. I got to place my order for that. So
did you pre-order this one?
No.
The sales are great for the pre-order.
I'm not
Trent's
pre-ordering
done.
after what happened with last year's art. I'm not pre-order. I'm just gonna wait till it hits stock. I'm not
You
pre-ordering.
want physical copies.
Hey,
Even
you
though I
might-
know it's better now. I know. Yeah.
you might get it by 2023, Trent.
Give me a break. I mean, I feel like it's an insult to Ingrid, who's been busting her ass to get this shit together. But
She has, yeah. Shout
She
out to
has.
Ingrid for she's been busting.
she's
her ass
fixed a
on
lot
Shop
of it.
Impact.
But well, let's jump in. Let's like I said, Rebellion results are predictions at the end by all of us. Like I said, we're gonna call it out. We give our-
Results.
No, not results. Yeah,
Spoilers?
Well,
Nope.
who knows? Maybe they will be the results.
maybe when the Iceman gets on here, he'll have some spoilers. We'll see.
I was
Yeah, but
smoking
the
some good. I was smoking some good earlier, so I'm back from the future, Jaybone. I'll fill you in later.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Whoa.
Ew.
We're gonna have a Bill and Ted moment on here.
Oh,
Jeez.
And I found out both D-Back and Truck, they're taking off on Monday. They're so invested in Rebellion on Sunday.
Really?
They're taking off the day.
Damn.
It's an early show though. I mean, it's
Is it?
it's 6 Central. So
shit.
it's an early show. Like we'll
Dude,
be
it's my father-in-law's birthday.
Oh.
We're having a family get together at their house. I told him I had to be out of there before 7. Crap.
J-Bone's birthday. J-Bone's gonna get hammered. It's gonna be a wild Sunday night, man. But very cool. Let's jump in. We'll start off with BTI. So before we get into the match, there was something mentioned on BTI. Go ahead.
But since we're not going, I know Jaybo did it on Smash, but
Yeah.
we should wish the best to EC3.
Yes.
I know he's
that.
hospitalized
yeah.
with an infection, so definitely all the best to obviously one of my personal favorites there, EC3.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
what happened? Like he's not going into detail, but he's in there for like 5 days already and massive
He's-
infection.
Yeah.
None of our business until.
Yeah.
All he says is it's something he ignored for a while, and it crept up on him, and it really kicked him in the ass. So he's regretting, putting it off. It's getting him now, and he's going to be in the hospital for a while. So, so I'm assuming a week or two, and he'll be good to go. I mean, he's in tremendous shape. Otherwise, I can't imagine. You just never assume in the world of wrestling. I say that a billion times, but I assume he's going to kick out of this just fine. So
I often like, it's not that I'm trying to pry, but it's one of those things where I'm like, what could have happened to him that took a guy who looks like that down for days? Because I'm like, what do I have to like look out for? Like, what's that weird bump I got? Is that it? Is that something? Like,
well, look at what happened to Mox a couple of years ago. He had that thing in his elbow, and it took him out for a.
MRSA, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Straight up.
nasty, yeah.
So there you go.
Well, that you see, like it's red and like double the size. You're like, wait, obviously I'm not supposed to have 2 elbows on one hand, or one arm. But like EC3, I don't know, like he was cutting promos like a week ago on his Instagram. So I'm like, man, whatever it is, wish him the best. Definitely shoot him a message, guys, on Twitter or Instagram. Just let him know you're thinking of him.
Yeah.
But I guess he's had people try to like find out where he is because he was very adamant, but like, don't try to find me.
Oh,
Don't try to call the hospital. Like,
Right. He's just like, hey, just give me some peace and quiet.
Yeah.
But some well wishes are appreciated. And that's for anybody in that kind of situation. It's like, you don't need to know where you ain't gonna go fluff his pillows. Just chill.
Yeah. So just wish him some good wishes, man. But
For
cool.
sure.
Best wishes, EC3. All right, let's jump into BTI real quick. So there was an announcement by the Iceman, who hopefully is going to join us, about ghosts. Intel was about ghosts. Can we elaborate on this, Alicia? You're our paranormal expert. Why don't you talk about this? What's going on here?
I don't know. My suspicion would be it's got something to do with the things going on with Sue Young or Susan or all of them. There's strange things afoot at the Circle K, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, good Bill and Ted reference. Absolutely.
Whoa.
It's going to be a Bill and Ted episode, isn't it?
This is the good stuff.
Hell yeah, Gama.
There it is.
The last place I lived, I had a very, very paranormal experience. It kept me up all night. You remember that scene from Ghostbusters where Dan Aykroyd's in the bed and all of a sudden the covers flip back and the fly opens in it? Yeah, I had something very similar to that happen to me in real life. This is not.
I believe you.
I know I joke around and BS with you guys, but no, this is legit 1,000% real. I felt something underneath the covers, looked, and there was visibly something underneath the covers going down my legs away from me. And I was up for hours after that. And no lie, that freaked the shit out of me.
I have seen that penis.
That's what it was. Jaybone. That's what it was. You dog, you.
Is this when you were a full-grown
Who hit
boner?
that one? Brilliant, whoever hit that one.
Is this when you were a full-grown boner? Were you still a little chub at this time this happened?
This is within the last decade, so no. This is when I lived in.
Holy shit!
Who is now Mrs. Jaybone? Is when we had an apartment north of here.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, Boomer.
Right.
Kyle lives on.
So, it could be anything.
I love you referring to him as a little chub and not a full-grown bone. like this when you were a little chub or a full-grown bone. Like what the fuck is that? Off the rails. It's Rebellion. It's off the rails.
I've never been called a little chub. Well, there was that one time.
Jesus.
You've stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
My God. All right. Can we
Decorum.
Sorry.
All right.
What's with the ghosts now?
Zach Morris.
No, Zach Morris. This is great. This is great material. This is gold, Jerry. Gold. Kidding me? Fuck. All right. All right. What's with the ghosts? Anybody in the chat got any predictions? What's ghost? It's such a random thing that he called out, like ghosts. What do we mean ghosts?
Paranormal. There's people not showing up. They're afraid to get to the tapings. I was thinking,
like, I was really right about. I'm like, was there ever a paranormal gimmick in Impact?
Well,
there's tons of paranormal.
No, like a ghost gimmick back in the day. Was there ever like an older gimmick back in the day? Anybody have a ghost gimmick? Was
Relic a ghost? Because backwards, that's
killer.
There's so many people who've come back from the dead. Like,
anybody recently got released?
The door at Wrestle House.
Yeah, Abyss was a ghost. My first thought was Abyss. Actually, to be honest with you, I was like, maybe it's Abyss.
Allie's popular in the chat. Goes to the bunny.
Allie, the good choice, guys. Yeah, she did get killed. Man.
Yeah, earlier, Little Richie.
Well, he didn't die. Remember they revealed that he was very badly hurt. He never actually got killed. I like Bella's boy, Mike Tenay's ghost. That'd be great.
Abaddon is technically a dead character.
Who is?
Abaddon.
Abaddon is not an Impact, by the way. I just want to let you know.
Oh dear God! If it's Abaddon, I'm gonna shit the couch.
But things are moving, as we've seen recently, in that direction.
That's true.
We're all on the same page that there's more coming based on this week's special and episode of Impact.
There's stuff. Yeah, you're right. There's things happening. So, all right, fair enough.
Read the tea leaves.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. I'm curious. That one got me thinking a lot because that's such a random left field. Like, what ghost?
I hope it's Allie.
But it could very well. Who knows, man?
Oh, yeah, they are right. Karate Man.
Ethan Payne. No.
No.
Oh my God!
Surely that's it.
Yeah, he's coming.
Again, just because.
Well, do we want to return or do we want?
Bring me fresh meat.
We want somebody new. We'll see. Fresh meat. Nobody? Damn, that really fell on deaf ears. Nobody said shit. All right, moving on. Fuck. All right, let's talk about the match.
Well,
if you're listening on audio, it's a bunch of deadpan faces staring at Trent.
Seriously, it is. It was. I don't know. I thought it was a good tie-in.
Fresh meat just means someone with a heartbeat. I mean, come on, Trent.
All right, take it easy, Jaybone. Take it easy. All right. BTI's featured match today was Petey Williams against Falaba against Madman Fulton. In their corners, respectively, was Josh Alexander, TJP, and Ace Austin. So these it's the buddies of the guys in the X Division title match in Rebellion. Basically, it's the buddies. It's the other guys. So
man fight.
Yeah. What happened to Petey? Because he posted a photo of him cut the shit out of Chin. But I didn't see what was the move because I was looking for it, but I just saw him at the end bleeding buckets onto his chest. What was the move?
They're saying it was Fala tossing Petey into Madman. But somehow when he connected in the Madman, so
that
it wasn't
was it?
off the finish. It was right before the finish. But since it was live, I haven't had a chance to go back and do the replays a few times and see exactly what happened. But for that gash that he showed the picture of,
right,
like it had to, there had to be a real connection with something there to really cause that, and it looked very innocuous from the match. So,
dude, it looked wicked, man. It looked
Daniel
wicked.
Spencer in the chat knows. Let us know. I don't think there's any other Impact people in here, but man, it looked bad.
Dude, it was rough, man. Is my mic fuzzy? Somebody said in the chat.
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy. It's a little
really?
Yeah.
Like what's it sound like? Like crackly?
Crackly.
Yeah,
Really?
it's like you got a loose wire or something.
Really? All right, you guys keep talking. Talk about this match. Let me see. Let me work on it.
I liked the Petey attempted a Canadian destroyer on follow off the top rope.
Yeah, he's gonna get it sooner.
A for effort.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I gotta see this. I missed BTI. I was.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely worth watching. No, it was a good match. Good match. Worth watching.
I came in during the first match at the top of the hour.
Same here.
Yeah, BT's kind of got the new look. Well, there was the standout from BTI, which you wouldn't have seen, was Deanna did an interview, like a backstage segment, and she killed it. It was a great interview because she doesn't wind up talking the show, but it's her saying she's going to show up at ringside for that match. And then she did lets Tennille, as we'll go over. She lets her get all the mic time, but she was fantastic in that promo on BTI. So definitely check that out along with the match and along with the Iceman talking about the ghosts.
Cool.
How is it now? Am I still loud?
You're better.
Is this better now? People are saying it was too loud. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, it sounded like you were eating your mic. You're a little too close.
Really? This is better now, though. If I keep it right here, this is good.
Yeah.
Okay, I will keep it right here.
Beautiful.
And you guys in the chat, let me know if how I'm sounding here. No, I mean, dude, I was trying to figure out what the hell happened to him. I was like, what in the hell? Like, dude, and it's a bad cut. It's like his whole chin.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
that looked like stitches there. It was like
it's like a new mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like he could pull his tongue out through there if he tried.
John Burton. Hey, wait. Speaking of which, John Burton's in the chat right now. So how our buddy John Burton, host of BTI. John, yeah, we were just talking about the match on BTI where Petey's chin was split open. So we don't no idea what happened there. That looked brutal, man.
Yeah, because it was weird. Like me and Truck were doing the watch along. Thanks, Truck, and we were waiting. It was like a car crash. We were like, when's it happen?
That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
When's it happen? Like, is he going to go off a rail to steps? And it was just seemed like he just, from what people said, he got thrown into Madman. I don't know what
I don't know what happened.
Working that new gear, or he just has some sharp bones. I don't know.
He looked great though. Petey Williams, man, he's a 20+ year veteran. That guy looks fantastic. He looks absolutely fantastic. So, but no, definitely but he won the match though. Petey did win. Petey did get a win on this. So my question is, what does that mean? I mean, it's kind of weird. Petey's the part-timer here. Fala's clearly full-time. Madman full. I don't know. What does a Petey win do? I'm kind of curious. Is that Canada momentum for Josh? Who knows where that's going? So not sure.
I think it might be X Division.
Back in the X?
Stipulations, maybe.
Oh, Team Canada.
Oh, that could be. Maybe it's like they're teasing this reboot.
That's right. They were all
Yeah.
out there with someone.
Yeah.
The tag partner from the week before. Is that what it was?
Yeah. I mean, they were. That was the deal. So
okay.
So we'll see. We'll see where that goes, man. I'm curious now. I'm curious.
Well, now that we have since we're still on BTI, and John Burden jumped in the chat here.
Yeah.
And Daniel Spencer, he hasn't said anything yet, but what about those ghosts? Have they had any encounters with the
What's
ghosts?
with the ghosts, man? Yeah, Daniel Spencer, John. What
Are you guys showing up late because you're afraid of the ghosts?
Afraid of who's afraid of ghosts, man? Who's fearing the ghost here? I'm curious about this. This ghost thing's got me thinking. I'm really, really curious about it.
I was going back into history when that happened. I'm like, who had a gimmick that this could work with?
Yeah, who was it? Who did you get? You come up with
I didn't come up with it. I think like the closest you have these ones that are a little bit supernatural, like all the Undead Realm stuff and all, but
that's about it though, you know?
That's about it. I'm just trying to think if there was someone that was like really into it, but there really isn't.
That's what I'm saying. I just can't figure out who else is it? Like who had a ghost anything time? Oh, we'll see. Let's not overthink it. It's Sting. I like that. It's Sting. Shit,
now
might
He's
as well
gonna give an interview.
He has a new name. This is Rebellion. He's now Fat Face Shivani.
That's what Tommy called him after after that special.
That was so good.
That This is Rebellion special. If you guys haven't seen that, is fantastic.
Oh my god!
I did watch it 2 days ago.
And
I loved
it. I
Yeah.
believe, the lead-in for the pay-per-view on Sunday. So if we're doing the reaction show, maybe we go that hour early, and we could probably just stream that.
So what starts at 6 Central or 7 6?
I believe this is Rebellion again.
Oh, so that first.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. I know Daniel Spencer was saying the pre-show, but I believe I heard it's that this is Rebellion. I don't know if any of them can confirm that.
I'm checking Fight TV right now to see what they're playing.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
is it a separate show? But I think if it is this Rebellion, definitely check that out.
Yeah, let us know. I'm curious what we're dealing with here.
It says Countdown to Rebellion.
Oh, maybe it's a different show then. Countdown to Rebellion.
Just a general, like maybe a on-site countdown. You know, kind of what they've done before.
And they're doing hard.
Is it a half hour or is it an hour?
I think it looks like to be an hour. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hard to get. It's they're broadcasting Hard to Kill on Access or what?
On Access at 3 o'clock. I think.
Shit,
it is,
man.
Or 2
A
o'clock.
lot going
so
on.
it's like the broadcast premiere of Hard to Kill, and then this is Rebellion pre-show Rebellion. I think unless the pre-show and this is Rebellion or
yeah. According to John, there's no live pre-show because of the date change.
Okay,
but I'm not sure if this is a separate show or not, or if it's this is that I'm not.
Okay. They can very well air the this is, and you're just.
I'm sure you'll see some of the same stuff.
You're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a slightly edited version.
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. Let's jump next. So Impact and Access TV opened. It was Decay, Rosemary in the corner against the Good Brothers. This feud's been going on. This has been like, let's hold them all over until this pay-per-view, right? That's what this has been. So thoughts on this one? Give us your thoughts, guys, in the chat. What do you think? But I understand the Good Brothers are heading into the pay-per-view, but like my fear is like is Decay just like fodder at this point?
Yes.
It's 3 weeks of this with Decay just kind of getting kicked over, you know? So what do you guys think? Let's start with Alicia. She's the Decay fan.
I think we're all Decay fans.
The Decay
True
fan.
story.
That's pretty subjective.
Yeah.
Anyway, I worry about that too, but again, Impact tends to prove us wrong in the aspects that they ultimately have a plan in the long run. I'm just worried that right now we're kind of just repeating something until we get to the final point. Like,
yeah.
and so even though they're good matches, like it's dragging a little.
Yeah, I maybe. Now here's a thought. The Good Brothers regain the titles, right? Who get the titles back.
Okay.
We get Decay in the title hunt right away coming off of this feud now. So like Good Brothers got their title match. They win them. Now Decay's like, nah, we're not done with you yet. Now finally Decay's in the title picture again. I can dig that if that's where we're going with this.
True.
So,
True.
If as long as Decay doesn't come out like where they just got fed to the Good Brothers for a month, and it's all right, cool. We'll move on to something else now. Especially after they instigated the whole thing. So it's like I don't want them to look weak on this. So that's my only thing. Anything else to add? I mean, you know, Mark, you're a big You're the deep dive analysis guy. So
Well, I'm a big Decay fan too.
Yeah.
I think I agree. Alicia is the Decay fan.
She
But
is
like
the
John
Decay
said,
fan.
we are all Decay
with the menagerie shirt behind her, which is old school tie
Yeah.
into Decay. That's what
Yeah,
that
very
is.
nice. I mean, I'm on the same page as you guys, of course. We know what happened to Reno Scum. We watched them get low card jobbed over and over again until now we don't even have Reno Scum anymore. And so,
Can we send a shout out to Thornstowe and Luster? Like, we still love y'all, man.
Yeah, Reno Scum's the shit.
One of my favorite interviews we've ever done was Adam Thornstowe. It's on the channel. Absolutely cool, dude. But anyway,
yeah. And we are all rooting for the return, the inevitable of Reno's Scum.
Absolutely. Throw them on, man. Somebody put them on TV.
Yeah, well, at least the next time they go to the West Coast, for sure.
Sometime,
we'll go wherever Reno Scum goes. Oi, oi, oi. No, I'm with you guys. I hope this isn't like just the filler to get the Good Brothers back to Finn Juice. If the Good Brothers take those belts back and this ends up with the Decay title shot, I'm 100% behind this. I don't want to speculate too much, but yeah, I'll say this about this match and this feud, and this is going to be kind of a shoot on this whole night's episode. It all felt like it didn't feel like a go home. It felt like shit to get you to the pay-per-view, not necessarily in a go home fashion. It just felt like here's a mixed, one person from a tag team, then the Decay Good Brothers thing. The whole thing just felt kind of, I don't know, not as big as I thought it was going to.
Well, Truck makes a good point. It's like they lost 3 matches. Why would they get a title shot? It's a good point. Why would they at this point?
Well, 2 singles matches, 1 tag match. You could still make a case.
You'd have to make a good case, though. That's the whole idea.
Rosemary hasn't been a factor in any of those matches.
True.
There's your case. There's your case.
So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully it works out for him. But anything else, Bill?
Good spot. You have the Good Brothers. They're almost they're some of the highest faces in the company right now. And you're getting to work with them. So and Black Taurus, I think we all Crazy Steve's looked good. I think they allowed them to look good.
They look great.
Many people think are the standard bearer in the tag division. So when you look at tag team pecking order, even though you're right, they shouldn't get a tag title shot because of they haven't had success and wins lately. Who are they really behind other than the Good Brothers and Finn Juice?
True. It's a good point, man.
Like they're there with probably beer guns as the 3rd and 4th teams in the division right now, which you could say that was the Rascals spot holding pattern, but it's not below that. They're higher than Triple XL right now, for instance.
Triple XL, who was not on the show at all today.
Correct.
Nothing on the show.
Oh, yeah.
They do have a new T-shirt out, by the way. They got a T-shirt out.
Yes.
Triple XL has a new T-shirt, which AC was very excited about. So pick up that Triple XL T-shirt in whatever size.
Either of them on the show.
We haven't really. That's a good point.
Yeah,
We should absolutely have those guys on.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, we've never had any of them. Yeah, we should. All right, we'll reach out to them. We'll get them in here. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Jay, I don't know if you want to throw something in that we haven't covered yet on that one.
Oh, it just keeps the Good Brothers looking. They're the number 1 contenders. They're trying to get their titles back, so it's just keeping them looking strong. It's. I'm not overthinking it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a setup for Sunday. Yeah. We go through this afterwards. They kind of go through the roster on like who they think is going to win the main event on Sunday. So they're talking to Cardona, Trey, Shira, who put himself over immediately. He's all like, "Well, we're gonna keep the belt, and I'm gonna be the champion." It's like, hey, slow down, guy. You just got back.
I'm becoming a big Shira fan. Shira's really starting to.
I'm
starting to grow on him, man. He's good.
The old Shira popping through, and I'm for that. I really liked his character when he first popped up in TNA. So,
what was my money?
Yeah, oh man, I love that clip.
What was my money?
Can we play that one? I love that clip just for no good reason.
Where the hell
Isn't Odark? Because he's also owes my money?
It's a stupid clip. I love it though. And then they got Gia, James Storm, and then they all said Rich Swann. No, they all stayed loyal to the home team. So I thought it was nice.
Except for the Good Brothers.
Well, except for the but Good Brothers did not. Good Brothers
outsiders, baby.
They're outside.
That son of a bitch.
Bastards. Bound by Design promo here, which I think they look badass, dude. I am loving Bound by Design.
yes.
They're awesome, man. Like
They
the
are.
look, the promos. They're setting up their match for
Proud
Rebellion.
as a peacock.
Goddamn right he is. And the crazy thing, so we find out, Eric Young put out a statement. Dude had a torn ACL in the match that aired tonight. And he's still booked for Sunday somehow. I don't know what he's doing, man. But this dude is...
that's impossible.
I don't know. He's still on the show. He's very adamant that he's going to be there. So I don't know.
He could be there, but he's just there to root on his team. We're going to see someone. It's either going to be an odd bunch, like, odd numbers versus each other, or we're going to see a new face in Violent by Design.
I'll tell you, from the watch along, and we haven't done the reveal yet, but based on a reveal later in this show, there's an obvious name that would be fantastic. And we're calling out for a hero.
Oh,
Violent by Design.
I saw where that was going.
I mean, Rachel Ellering debuted tonight. She's the girlfriend. She's there. I mean, man, if Chris Hero shows up on Impact, that's the one guy.
Chris Hero and Joe Doring tag division.
Fuck, Terror
Christmas,
dude. He's the one guy I could never figure out how he never really. He did some old school Asylum stuff, Explosion. But I'm like, how did Chris Hero never have a stop? Even during when he was primary ROH, all those guys made a cameo. There was a working relationship at one point. So how Hero never made it over, I don't even know. I would love for this to happen, but we'll see. I'll keep the fingers crossed, man. But dude, it could be Eric Young. He might be like, "Fuck y'all, I'm gonna still do this." He's a tough guy, man.
Hide him out there, man.
Yeah, that could
We've
risk
seen the main event.
his career forever.
Yeah, that's the risk, though. That's
it's not worth it. Nothing's
worth
worth that. Nothing is worth that.
No,
I'm curious. I really am curious.
I hope he doesn't. I hope you're wrong. I hope he doesn't. I want EY to come back a year from now and have him for another 10 years versus, something happens bad in a match where he's hurt.
He's never had an injury before. This is like his first injury, isn't it?
First serious injury,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
He's had some scrapes back in the day, but nothing like this. This is the first major one. Saban, on the other hand, had 3 of these. So, fuck. I don't know. I don't know how that guy still does what he does to the to the caliber he does it. So we'll see, man.
It's going to take a while for Eric to catch up with that.
Yeah. So hopefully he doesn't, man.
Yeah, not that we want him to.
I don't want him to catch up to that. But they look great. I mean, and I'm definitely getting that T-shirt because I looked at it today, in that light, and it just looked cool as shit. It's that old Pulp Fiction-y type of magazine, like Fangoria font almost, right, Mark? I think you could.
My dog is in the newest issue of Fangoria that came out this Wednesday. My dog is in it, by the way. So if you see the newest issue of Fangoria, so my friend painted a piece on Godzilla for this issue, and he hid mine, my sister's, and his dog in it. They're in the lower right. So if you get Fangoria, or even if you just see this issue, it's $20 newsstand price. Pick it up, though. My dog is
Fangoria is $20. Why is it $20?
It's only 10 issues a year, man. It's a niche market. It's been expensive for a long time.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Man, I know.
But so my dog made
a
it.
magazine place.
Yeah, you can grab it at Barnes and Noble, or if you still have if you're lucky enough to have a local bookstore.
No kidding. Wow. Nice. So get support. You get royalties off that, Mark? You get
man, but you can see my dog in a magazine. That's dope.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Next match on the show is Susan with Dion in her corner taking on Tennille with Caleb in her corner. I was dying, dude. Something about did they add more to Susan's music? Because I felt like there was more of an intro to it or something. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I feel like they did.
I felt like it was longer, but I was dying.
I feel like it's become more developed since the very first time. I feel like the very first time it was a simple version, and then it's gotten more built up.
I love that her coming out. I am Sue. Trust me, I'm Susan. All the shtick.
Yeah.
The Susan shtick to me is amazing. I cannot get enough of this shit. I wanted to cut some random, just video footage of her at just even if it's around Skyway, bitching at like rookies or something. No, hey, you can't be here. No, stop! Get away from me! Just parenting the fuck out of every situation and just cell phone recording it.
Hey, she could have a great feud with Palmer.
She could. That's what I'm saying. Like make it where she's like cannot stand all the rookies who come in for the ring crew or something, and she's always accusing them of some shit. But dude, she looks great. She is such a good worker. I love Susan, man. It does, John. Her song is the shit. The chorus, it's like I'm a powerful woman. I always get what I want. Like this is. I just picture her dancing to it, in that one scene. No, she looks great. And I pretty much anything with Susan, I'm a winner. Is a win for me, but this is like Tennille's go home for Sunday. And I don't know. I was not. Her promo had more effect than the match did, to be honest, which is fine, right? I mean, Mark, you texted me about this. You kick us off. What do you think?
Again, it doesn't feel like a blow off for a go home leading into a pay-per-view. Like Deonna and Tennille face off at the end in a very milquetoast kind of way.
If it ended flat, that to me was real, because the way Deonna just walked off, I was like, wait, no retaliation? It was weird.
The faking of the interference on the outside, there's no real heat at all. And then the match with Susan is a match with Susan, right? Like you're not going to get a match with Su Yung. With Su Yung, you're going to get a fucking banger. With Susan, you're going to get some comedy and kind of a clunky on purpose match. That's the style she's wrestling as. Susan, as we know, she wrestles 3 different styles because she's talented as all shit.
She's great.
So, so this match to me though was just kind of a filler match. Tennille wins via spotlight that didn't look very convincing to me, and flubs the rollover on the pin. I didn't like this. I didn't like the promo afterwards. I totally understand Impact putting Tennille out front for Rebellion. It makes 100% sense to me because she's so recognizable. But I just feel like the build has been so lackluster that I'm just not invested.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, they're both heels too, which doesn't help. That's a weird thing. Yeah. And they're both very like stake in the ground heels too. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to get behind either one of them in terms of like if it's good guy, bad guy. You're like, who am I into here?
Yeah.
But Deanna's somewhat the face in this.
Yeah. By default, in a sense. Like she's not a face. Like she's very proud to be a heel.
She's at least acknowledging Tennille. She's a good wrestler. She did help like evolve the revolution of the women's wrestling. Like she's given her due. And Tennille doesn't really give anybody their due. So she's coming out the more of that face in this, which is could be an interesting direction. At some point, I'm sure Deonna will be a face.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it. That's where it's going, right? That she's going to be the face of the whole thing. I mean, she's already the face of the whole thing, but a total face character. John's mentioning he had Tennille on his show today.
Yes,
her phone,
excellent interview.
I guess her phone kept crapping out, he's saying, but so Gail jumped in on this.
Well, Gail was there too, so I think they knew they may have had some technical issues, it sounds like from what John's saying. So she was there to kind of maybe help out because it was early, like it was like, okay, and Ed Gale's here, but then they went all to Tennille, but then there was that shift to Gail, which is good. Hey, you got Gail there. That's always good.
Hey, John, put the link to your stuff or your show in the chat, please. People can at least add that to their favorites and stuff, just so you can quickly get to it. I'd like to.
Yeah, he gets a lot of good interviews, especially
John does.
So definitely check out his station there and his interviews to give him a follow and all, because he'll get some of that content you're looking for.
One of my big gripes, though, I don't think there was enough press on this pay-per-view, though. Like we usually get guests every week, and we were getting more guests for every other show. We didn't get a lot for Rebellion.
Well, they were they were doing the Busted Open. I saw there was there was some channels, like I will call them more your typical channels.
Stevie Ray had the face-off thing he does with
Stevie Ray had
Don Callis and Rich Swann. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
so there were some high-profile ones out there. Yeah. But you're probably right, even with the magnitude of Omega Swann,
I expected all more.
This. Yeah, I would say there's never too much promotion, so it should have been probably on par. Like Slammiversary was probably the best job they've done of last year, so that's probably the goal, to promote like you did for Slammiversary. Which is that's a tall task, but that should probably be the goal for every at least major pay-per-view.
Yeah, so hopefully, I mean, I imagine there was a lot of requests for this one. Hey, can we get Kenny? Can we get Rich? Can we get? And everybody wanted Rich and Kenny. So I'm sure they got spread in many different directions, but it's one of those things where like, man, this was the kind of show like you should have a guy on a radio show every day doing something. I don't care who it was, just somebody promoting something, knockouts, whatever.
Usually they do.
One quick thing I want to add about this match though, when Caleb's taking a photo of Tennille and Susan snaps and she goes full Susan on him. Like, hey, you gotta take my picture. What do you think you're doing? Just watch that clip. It's amazing. Like she loses her shit.
Did you guys catch the part where she's like, "Trust me, I'm Susan"? She's like yelling at Tennille, and Tennille's like, "I don't know what that means.
I don't care who you are.
Trust me, I'm Susan. I don't care who you are."
It just like awkwardly punches her afterwards.
Yeah.
I love Susan, man. We need a Susan t-shirt that just has, I don't know, maybe it's
Trust me, I'm Susan.
Trust me, I'm Susan. There we go. Sue Young t-shirt.
And behind me.
Nice. Very cool. Oh yeah, you got the autograph thing, right? Yeah, Mark's got the triple autograph going on from Sue. That's cool.
Oh, hey, real quick while we're on Sue, if you guys don't listen to Impacted, their newest host, Steve, had a really good observation that she's changed to V5 on Twitter. Maybe there's going to be 5 total personalities.
It says V5 representing Sue Young or something. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Yep. And honestly,
I like that.
And before he had mentioned that, I was actually thinking last couple weeks when she turned back to Sue that we're getting about that time for a new character. Susan's been around for a while, so I think coming out of Rebellion or at Rebellion, we may see a new face for Sue.
The 4 faces?
I think
4 faces. Well, 5. She's talking 5.
Yeah,
total.
We're not even to 4 yet. Shit.
But I'm thinking we're getting ready for 4. So this woman is a genius. We should celebrate the hell out of her every day.
Ooh, interesting, guys. Interesting.
Yeah.
Talk real quick. So the aftermath with Deanna, right? So Deanna it just felt so flat. Like Deanna kind of took it, and like she kind of took it and just walked, like took shit from Tennille, and was like, "What's the age of Virtuosa?" Then Tennille talks her down, and she just kind of like looks at her and leaves. I'm like, no, you can out talk her.
That's why you got to watch BTI though, because she cut a great promo on BTI.
She did on BTI. Yeah.
So this was like Tennille's time because everybody knows Deanna. She's the knockout and wrestler of the year.
Yeah,
she did talk.
She doesn't need to say anything. She doesn't need to say anything. Tennille, there are detractors of Tennille out there, maybe not thinking she's deserving of it. So she's got to be the one. I don't know. There might be a few.
I think at this point, she's
not me.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Alicia?
I think at this point she's earned it. She's been around. Like, get over it.
She has been around a while, though. I mean,
like, and not for nothing. Sorry to cut you off.
No, good.
Like, we really need to start throwing our women's division at these belts.
Yeah.
So, let's do it. Like, rock and roll. If it's time for Tennille to go after the women's championship and potentially win it, by all means.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm with you on that because we talk about the tag belts all the time. There hasn't been enough, and it's like we should be floating these. Like Tennille maybe could have held over with the tag run at this point with somebody.
There should have been more established tag teams.
Yeah, it should have been. You're right. I'm with you on this. I'm with you on this.
And not breaking up the tag teams that were already established.
I'm still not over that one, man. I cannot believe Nevaeh's gone.
Yeah,
I'm shocked.
That really was a huge blow to. I mean, it's bad enough, and we've talked about this before with the loss of Taya was a big blow. Best wishes to her and whatever, but
for reals.
Yay!
She lives.
And Taya doesn't. Somebody else does.
But then shortly later, Nevaeh, who is just a top-notch veteran, in the knockouts division, was. But we see that there are changes happening now. We're getting Taylor Wilde. We got a debut tonight, Rachel Ellering. So it's things are starting to happen. Let's not be too upset.
Yeah, we all like Nevaeh. Very sad to see her go, but this does give the opportunity to have Havoc become the monster heel again.
Yeah,
which she couldn't be in a tag team. She has to be a singles competitor to do that. And if you want to start building up some more singles competitors for like the title, you could have the monster Havoc return. in the near future.
She's overdue,
After
man.
a couple months.
Well, I mean, with all this spooky stuff going on, and she's one
There
of our
you go.
resident
Remember,
Undead Realm
she's one of them.
residents. Yeah. Resident Undead Realm.
Resident Undead Realms residents. Yes.
Yes. You catch my drift.
We get it. We definitely catch it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, I would love for Nevaeh to come around again. But yeah, I mean, there's other ones. Like we saw a couple, like I said, saw a few debuts today. We'll see what happens. I mean, Killer Kelly's still on the peripheral. Who knows?
Jazz just walked out the door, though.
Yeah,
Jazz is legit. Jazz is legit gone though. That is not a story. She's like I'm done here. The retirement tour continues, and I'm done at the end of the year. So,
well, if you even look at it, like a lot of stories, like they're considering her with her Impact run, she's retired. Like maybe she'll show up on a few indies technically.
She will, yeah.
She's retired officially for like TV.
Yeah. Hey, a hell of a run. Hell of an unexpected run with Jazz. I love Jazz.
Awesome.
Man.
That was
fun.
Treat. What a treat.
Such an unexpected treat too. Like, you know, we weren't expecting it. So
yeah, we got her for what, 6 months? That's not
dude, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
No.
I'll take it. We go backstage real quick. Brian Myers cuts a promo on Cardona. He takes the blindfold off. Or the eye patch. I like, what are you doing? I thought it was great.
I loved it.
No, because Pirate Myers rules. I don't want Pirate Myers to be over. This is the era.
That's not how you handle your business. Calm down. Don't do this.
They made eye patches.
I like his eye.
I mean, they do sell the eye patch. Yeah, you're right. You gotta keep those selling, man.
I love that part of his character. He uses it in such sneaky ways to his advantage and stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
I was bummed to see it go.
You know, John is saying something in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, put it up. Go ahead, Bill. Throw that out there. Look at that. You guys noticed a lot of Samoa Joe flashbacks tonight, huh?
Well, the EVP here is already he's tagging Joe.
He was putting offers out last week.
Maybe I'll make a call.
It was interesting.
He's like, tampering be damn. I'm freaking Scott D'Amore.
We'll see about that, man. We'll see where that goes.
Is Joe clear for him?
He's clear elsewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't clear him.
They have a very unique set of medical checklists, you know.
Because they don't clear Adam Copeland, whatever his name is up there.
Yeah, he's clear.
Brian Danielson, whatever his name is up there. Yeah. They don't clear them, but all of a sudden, if they need them for a payday,
they're clear and easy.
Joe
clear.
Ready.
It's selective clarity. Like I remember Nigel didn't get cleared.
Wait, is this Steve from the UK?
That's Steve.
Hey,
Steve is there.
Steve
is here. He's up
talking
late.
About you, Steve.
Or is it early morning?
It's 4 a.m. for you, Steve. What do
Dude, his ears must have been burning.
Steve is from our TNI UK team. Their episode just dropped yesterday, so give that a shout. It's a Rebellion preview and stuff based on yesterday. So give that a look, guys.
Oh, look at this guy! Look at this guy!
Ender's here. Look at this. Hey, you know what? We'll say I was gonna mention this at some point once we got to D'Amore. I'll say it right now. David Penzer, friend of the show, the greatest ring announcer of our era.
True story.
And a good friend. David Penzer had Scott D'Amore on his podcast, Sitting Ringside with David Penzer, which is a great podcast. I am not just saying it because David's a friend. I love Sitting Ringside. It is a great, great show. He gets guests that don't normally do podcasts sometimes. He gets very unique guests who you're like, man, I'd love to hear from so-and-so. Great, great lineup. So go check it out. It's on all the platforms. David, hopefully my check's in the mail for that one. Okay, thank you. All right, very nice. So yeah, Myers and Cardona, they're hyping up for that. I'm sorry. This one I initially was like, whatever, 2 WWE guys, but they've built it so well. I'm in with these two. They have sold me on these two now.
Yes,
I like these guys, man. I didn't watch a thing that they did up north. I had no clue.
Same boat. I love them both.
I knew who they were.
About it.
Yeah, I knew who they were. I maybe saw at a buddy's house. He had a WrestleMania and he had Ryder won an Intercontinental title. That's about all I saw. And that's it.
Well, it was a great line by Brian Myers in this promo where he talks about you're living off the past. You're living off a YouTube series that was popular 10 years ago.
Ooh.
Yeah. The internet thing and all.
That's great.
I love it, man. These guys have built this so nicely. And I'm like, dude, I'm in. I like that. I like them both. I think they're down for the product. They're in. What are you gonna say, Mark?
I'm going to give a very, very rare compliment to the company up north. the polish on these guys is evidence of what you can gain from working in that environment.
That's true.
Enough. Both of these guys just look and feel so polished, and
Agreed.
It's really nice. They work well. I'm sure that they're going to work well with the rest of the roster. We already saw Cardona say that Sami Callihan was like his best opponent ever after one match. These guys are in. I think these are going to be Impact guys now. It feels like they're really in this to be in this, and I'm here for it. I'm really hyped for this match.
Oh, yeah.
Just wanted to rave on those dudes because they're awesome.
I'm down, man. These guys have really, really sold me a lot, and I am excited to see how this match goes. Kurt was saying though, until you get your shit in the trash bag, man, come on. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I think this has become a featured match of the show. It's become a featured match of the company. So all down, all in for these guys to do their thing. And
and talk about having a lot of shit to prove.
Yes.
Both of these guys. So
yeah,
that'll play into that.
No, they got a lot to prove. I mean, people, yeah, especially, and who knows? There might be another wave of releases looking to do the same thing pretty soon. And it's awesome. Get that chip on your shoulder. Look at Myers.
If you just got released and you see these guys right now where they're at now compared to where they were a year ago, that should do nothing but make you hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. So where are we at next? Let's see. That's Myers, Cardona. Oh, we go another round of like asking the roster. And it's Havoc this time. She really puts Rich over. They have a lot of history, the Ohio connection. Rohit and the Good Brother. Rohit Turncoat. Our own boy Rohit, so he picks Kenny Omega. Can you believe this?
No, he didn't pick Kenny Omega.
No, he picked Rich.
Did he pick Rich?
Yeah, he picked Rich.
I could have
sworn he was like, at the end, I'll go with the loyalty to Impact at the end.
Because he put over Omega.
He goes, Kenny Omega's like a fantastic wrestler, but he's like, I've seen Rich Swann, and I got to be loyal to Impact.
Okay, all right. I was like,
he teased. He teased the turn.
Okay, that's what threw me off.
Only the Good Brothers were turned.
Only the Good Brothers, because I thought one might just to get heat to be like the turncoat on the roster, but none of them did. Just the Good Brothers.
Okay, fair enough. I was like,
no,
man,
this episode was all about Impact unity, Impact style, Impact history, Impact locker room.
Right.
Impact unity.
Yeah, that's true. I think they asked, and that was it. Yeah, Good Brothers said Kenny, and that was it.
All right, just a heads up. I want to give. I have been contacting in the last couple minutes with the Iceman. Yeah. Something did come up with the Iceman.
Okay.
So he's sorry that he could not make it. He's definitely sorry to everyone. And he said, what can he do to make it up? He's very apologetic that something came up, but we all know how that happens. Something can come up at the last minute. But I said, well, maybe next week. He said, sure. And he's coming with free stuff from Impact.
Hey, look at that.
All right. Hey.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Maybe the Ghost gave it to him.
We're going to need to schedule the whole BTI crew.
Jaybone, I'll leave it to you to change the artwork, remove the Iceman from this one, put him on next week's show.
It's already done. I was working on it while you guys were.
Look at this guy, Jaybone's a silent assassin back there. Good job. They recap the Callihan and Trey feud, right? So I liked it that the Trey training montage, very 1980s action movie montage. He's training. I just needed some like real like Rocky IV soundtrack music going on in there. Wasn't awesome. The guy he's talking to is a trainer at the Skull and Bones is Conrad Kennedy III, CK3, who I don't remember at all, but he's a former AAW tag team champion, which with Crotch. And I was Bill, you remember Crotch from the Indies? Or I'm talking early 2000s, and he used to like constantly thrust his hips all the time.
Crotch. I know. I think where the name comes from. Jeez.
He recently just returned too. But that's Conrad. If I looked at him, like, is that Conrad? He looks so different now, but he's former. I heard like it's nicest guy ever too. I never is way before my time at AAW, but he's a former.
He's more of a Midwest guy than
he is. Yeah. Interesting. I didn't really know he was training at a school. That's pretty awesome. So that's really badass. And again, let's put that over. Skull and Bones Wrestling Academy. If you are in Ohio, that's the school now. Like that and Ace's school. Do we have? Oh, I forgot the name of Ace's. Ace and Gino's school.
The renamed one.
They renamed it. That's like a normal rename. Rockstar Academy. They renamed it something else.
Yes. Someone's going to throw it in here.
So I'm looking at Critical Sting. Let me know. Let us know what that is.
Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's like in my head, like it's like rise or risen or it's something. It's like a one word.
Yeah. I forgot. Well, no. Am I getting some static again, Bill? I'm sorry. You messaging there from me.
Yeah.
Is it back to normal now? Is it a little better?
It's not as bad as it was.
Yeah, it's infrequent, but it's here and there.
Interesting. I gotta see what's going on with this microphone. It's weird. But yeah, guys, let me know.
If there it is. Believe. Critical Sting.
Believe.
I was close. I was like, rise, risen. Believe.
All right, very cool. Yeah, if you guys are looking for a school, there's a couple of good ones in Ohio for sure. So definitely get on that. But yeah, Iceman moved to next week, guys. We'll have him on next week. What else we got here? Let's see. If we go from that to it is Shira with Rohit in his corner taking on Jake something. Big ass hoss fight. This was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I actually like this one a lot.
And this was a change in music. Or it was just louder and the drums for Shira.
Yes.
But Shira was banging coming out.
Really?
I thought it was new too, but it may have just been louder. I thought it was a great entrance too, and I never noticed Shira's entrance before.
Yeah, it was noticeable.
Yeah, like Alicia's saying, he is better on this run, and I can't take it away from the guy. He's definitely better than he was the last couple runs. So he's doing something. I don't know. Whatever he's doing, keep it up. Rohit's rocking the shirt. I think it was fine. His new shirt, which you
gotta love that.
Yeah. Hey, the guy's got a shirt, man. I mean, I'm gonna get those sales. Why not?
It's Striker said he got that merch money now too, putting Rohit over.
Damn right he does, man. How did
Turn that frown upside down, my man.
We don't use that one enough. We definitely don't use that one enough. We have to use that one more. Gotta let you go on this one. How'd you think of this? Jaybone is not talking.
I'm sorry, I was reading the update. They outed the specific person.
Yeah, they did that right before we went live.
Yeah.
Wait, outed who now? What's going on?
The guy up north that trash bagged Mickey.
Yeah. I heard that they fired him apparently.
Yeah.
So, what thoughts on this one? Yeah, we'll go to Bill. Bill, I'll start with you because Jaybone left me hanging there, holding the bag, holding the trash bag. Go ahead.
This one, I like this match a lot. I'm always the fan of the Haas fight, and this one, it's interesting. And I don't know what it was because Sting said it was he's already had this music. I don't know if it just was louder or how they filmed the entrance, but Shira, this is what they're doing a great job. Jake Something's entrance, really good right now. Moose has always had a great entrance. Shira's entrance was really good. Like, they've been working on his entrance. He just looked like a monster. He looked mean. He looked freaking jacked. And it's like I was waiting for Jake to come out. I'm like, is Jake going to look as big? Like, Jake's a big guy. Is he going to match up to him? Because freaking Shira looks like he's going to annihilate people. And then Jake got in there and it's like, oh no, he's a big boy too. They're going to go. And they really, they were going back and forth. Rohit obviously got his little in there to kind of sway it in the one direction. But Shira looked, honestly, do I dare say, the best Shira match I've seen.
It was a good one. I really
singles match. Singles match. It was clean. It was clean. It was, and I think that's the best thing I can say for it. It was a clean match because Shira can do the power moves here and there, but sometimes it might be something simple that tripped them up a couple years ago. But everything was clean, like bumps clean. The moves were all clean. So I'm a fan of this match. And I think, once again, I know people are like, oh, Jake lost. He's lost a couple times. Same thing with Decay. I wouldn't read too much into that. They're putting a lot into this new character for Jake. But you've seen that before. Like, people could slow, but then all of a sudden they get pushed.
It just has nothing for him sometimes.
He's on TV. Remember, there's people that aren't on TV right now. He's not one of them.
Yeah.
No, I really love.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
I was just going to echo those thoughts. I think Shira has shown, for whatever we've said about Shira in the past, like his improvement every time he's left and come back has been noticeable in the ring, in his physique. Now on the mic, should I say? Also, I thought he was much better on the mic. He's got big time entrance now. Rohit looked so slick, by the way, tonight.
Does,
like,
man.
damn, dude. I know we want to see Rohit in the ring, but if you were to just transition for a little bit while this Rohit management look is fire. Dude looks like a star. I mean, I'm not saying make him a full-time manager, but like when he's out there with Shira, have him in this character.
As his mouthpiece.
Yeah, it feels like big money Matt, but like even like another level.
Better.
He just looks the part. Yeah, he just looks the part. Like I enjoyed this match too. I thought it was great. I don't mind Jake losing. I'm with you, Bill. I think it's going to be fine in the typical Impact style where Jake's going to get, his when it comes around. But right now they're working on Shira. This match was a great step.
I'll tell you, you just kind of hit it, Mark. I think there's another free agent tag team out there that there's been rumblings about Impact being interested in because they've been working with the Good Brothers. That's the former Cass and Enzo. Very similar dynamic right now with Rohit and Shira. And you got kind of the mouthpiece, but he's also going to do a lot. And then you have the big monster guy. I'll tell you, you're talking about a tag division. You're getting interesting right now.
That's a good one.
You get Shira in there with Cass. Shut up and take my money, man. That's great. And then Rohit on a mic versus Enzo.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Those are that could be highlight a tag division.
Let me
Enzo Rohit could main event a pay-per-view on the mic.
Let me ask this though. A lot of people still personally have an issue with Enzo. Does anybody here, like any of you guys, anybody not want to see him here in the chat? Also, do you guys would not want to see him? Because we did, that scenario was amazing just now.
Is that on the table though? Like
I mean, it's been teased though. It's been kind of being teased.
Well, they showed up at Gallows promotion, Lariato Pro. Together, so there is at least a loose tie back to Impact.
There is interest.
You can watch them on Impact Plus.
Yeah, what are you saying, Alicia? Go ahead.
If there's interest, whatever, you know what I mean. It's like we're in such an interesting time of wrestling. Like, why not?
Exactly.
Even if they're not signed, at least for a spot-to-spot basis, that might be interesting. I mean, I'm not crazy about either. Like, I'm just not a fan. But whatever.
Yeah, like I'm a fan. I'm willing. Like I was there at House of Hardcore when Enzo went down.
Too.
And so but he obviously was in a bad place. Seems like things look good now. Enzo's had obviously some issues, but I was at a show up in Hazleton that he was at, and he was part of the meet and greet. It was it wasn't an Impact show; it was like their anniversary show. And he was real cool. Like he was talking to the kid. Like I'm willing to. It's all about second chances in wrestling. Like there's a lot of wrestlers we wouldn't have on the roster if you held this. Like is there stuff that's probably unforgivable that you can't come back from? Yes, but I don't think that's the case in these situations. I think give them a chance. They got the talent. See what happens.
Oh hell yeah,
yeah.
Look, I followed the stuff with Enzo very closely when he got into trouble. Found out there was no trouble because if you did the research and you figured out who this girl was that got him in trouble, it was all BS. It was all BS. This chick was texting her friends while she was in bed with Enzo. It all came back as BS. It's like no, he didn't.
Yeah, you got to be careful with a lot of those things. Yeah, you don't like to get too involved, but if something comes out and it's obviously you can't let that kill careers of people.
Well, yeah, and he came back strong. He rose above it. And I'm not a huge fan of like how he raps, like the mumble rap stuff. But dude, he came out with a whole album and rose above everything. Got a fresh start. He looks like $1 million. The guy, he's more jacked now than he was in the E. Cass looks even 10 times as good as he did in the E. And I saw him the night before he collapsed. He was in Milwaukee at a House of Hardcore show the night before. And I saw him from the other side of the room, and I'm like, I was excited to meet him. And I saw him from across the room, and I'm like, no, that's not the Cass I know. And then he passed out the next night, had a seizure or whatever it was. Yeah, I could tell he lost that match, and that was like his comeback match. And I'm like, oh yeah, something ain't right. Tommy's doing him a favor, but in front of the crowd, that wasn't doing them any favors. They look like $1 million now. Hell yeah, bring him in.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Shira wins, by the way, just to cap that one off. I think it looked great. I'm with Bill. It's probably Shira's best match that I've seen. It really, the guy looked good. And
yeah, I said it a while back, and everyone thought I was crazy. 2022. Look out for Shira.
Year of the Lion.
Maybe even as a world champion.
Oh well, Bill, I'm gonna slow you down right there, my friend. I'm gonna have you hit the brakes.
It will happen.
Hit the brakes.
It will happen at some point. It
Dude,
might be beyond that, but we'll see.
If they put that belt on Shira, that's never-ending YouTube hits forever.
I mean,
look,
look,
country of over 1 billion people.
He gets a lot. If you look at his clips, they get a lot of plays, man.
In
the month,
yeah.
over.
Yes,
I'll tell you what. If there's an India tour in 22 or 23, world championship run.
Bill, would you go to Impact in India? Would you take that trip to India?
I got to get to Mexico first.
You know what's funny? I cannot get a visa to India because my parents are from Pakistan. I can't go to India.
Oh, wow.
They won't issue me a visa because they got issues. I can only go if I went for work. So like Bill could go to India more like easier than I could. but it's funny. But like my dad was born in what was India, now Pakistan, which is just so wacky to me. But so Bill, you should go.
I might go
represent TNI.
I have the list of things I want to see, and you see some of them. Like Egypt's very high on my list because I love the pyramids. I'm all about the pyramids and that. So I want to go to that. But you tell anyone, I tell anyone that, they think I'm crazy all the time. Because they all think I'm going to get killed or something.
No,
but
I was just there a year and a half.
I want to see I want to see the pyramids.
I was in the Middle East 3 years ago. It's fine.
I was supposed to go to China 2 weeks before the freaking coronavirus.
Yeah, you told us. Yeah, now I can tell you from experience. Pyramids, and dude, it's fine. There's more tourists going, hanging around, having a great time than anything. You're safe.
But that's why I want to see the Taj Mahal. I want to see the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, it'd be nice, real nice.
All I saw was freaking the one in Atlantic City, and it was a dump.
Yeah, I've seen that one too. I stayed at that one.
Yeah, let's not talk about that one. That's a dump.
What else we got? Oh, so the Trey and Sammy, I switched them. So this is where the Trey montage came in here. Earlier was Sammy's promo about Trey, so just switch those two. But again, the montage super cool. We get some feedback from Ace, TJP, and Josh about their match coming up. Some highlights, just hyping the X Division match. They were all on BTI, so just a little tease. But I got a feel, and these guys are going to try to steal that show on Sunday. There's so much pressure on everybody on Sunday. Like that main event's got so much built up. I feel like every match is going to try to outdo it. And so these are like the three of the biggest workhorses in the company. Like Josh, Ace, and TJP. These three are going to just lose their it's like bananas. Yeah. Like I feel this match is going to be.
Good for you.
We'll give our prediction in just a little bit.
For sure.
Yes. What else? All right, so now we go to Swann in the ring. This was a heavy segment. This is a heavy segment. Jaybone, we'll let you be a little quiet. I'm gonna let Jaybone take this one. If you are paying attention to me this time, Jaybone, you can take this one here.
It was rough. I was watching it in my car downtown, and just trying to ignore all the walkers around me. But yeah, it was emotional. It was, yeah, not those kind of walkers.
Oh.
No, the kind I'd get in trouble for. No, I'm kidding. No, but
oh,
that son of a bitch.
Oh, where's the AJ sound?
No.
Oh man, no. But no, this we wanted the face off, and this just put more heat on Callis and Omega. I wanted the face off, and we got what do they say via satellite?
Via satellite, yeah.
And it just left. It's just a look on Swann's face, standing there, titles dragging on the ground, and he's just like, man, he wanted that moment with him. And I felt the same way. And then the lights go out. And this, I freaked
awesome.
on. I freaked on this one. I had the people in the cars next to me were like, hey, is that guy okay? What's going on? Moose returns to the Impact Zone, and I don't think any of us saw this
in my ass.
Not there.
No,
not
in
there.
zone, in the Impact Zone.
Yeah, not that zone. Jiminy Christmas. That's a.
I popped at this when the music hit. I go shit.
I think a couple people forgot about it in the watch along. I felt like I was the only one. I'm like,
yeah.
And Trent's like, what? Because I was just talking about Moose.
This was, to me, Mark and I were texting, and I was like, this is it. This is the set. This is, you've got your little nugget now to say whatever fucking happens. If you fuck up and you lose our title, I'm not going to forget. I loved it. He's like, I'll give you. You fucked up. It sets him up to be the hero. It's like, no, I'll come up and clean the shit up if I have to.
But even in his being combative with Rich, he was saying, we are Impact. This is our company. These are
Mr.
our
Impact.
belts. Right. And I love that he directly addressed the Omega comparison with the, wrestling god. But more importantly, this whole show was themed around Impact as a unit. Like, that was the overarching storyline. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, dude. I love that part of it, man.
Well, it's coming, but who could be the turncoat?
You think there's a turncoat? You really think there's a turncoat in the Impact locker room, Bill?
You think so? Is that your prediction here? I'm curious about that.
Hold on. That's a great story beat that's bound to exist, but do you think that because of what you've seen, or you think there's bound to be one? Do you already have an idea on who you think the turncoat is, Bill?
He's sitting there pretty.
He does. He does.
Look at Bill's face. Says it all right now.
Well, watch This is Rebellion.
Look at the freaking T-shirt. You know.
I know who it is. I know who he's thinking.
You think the turn's going to be that big? There's no way. There's no way. No way.
You know what? It could be nuts if it is.
No way.
It could be nuts if it is.
We'll just have to tune in and watch, won't we?
You gotta throw that $40 down, or you're in some poor sucker's case 80 because I gotta buy it for Jaybone for his birthday. But throw your money down and get that Rebellion going. That thought crossed my mind too. About
just listen to what he says, and this is Rebellion.
Yeah, there's a lot of little hidden gems in there.
That was a great spin. I'll watch it again. Come on, guys. That would mean there's no way that would change everything.
But that's the whole point.
Blame Canada.
That's
dude. If that happens, I'm gonna shit myself.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh man.
Mark, you rattled Mark now. Bill, Mark.
I have the runs.
He's not taking.
No, I am. I hadn't really thought about that. That would fuck everything over.
But this to me though was like, this was what I wanted. It's Moose going, you better not screw this up. Yeah. I got you. Don't screw this up, because if you do, you got to answer to me.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Pow, right in the kisser. No, but the setup's great, because it's more like, if this happens, Moose is like, you know what? I guess I got to suit up now and handle the business, which is what we all wanted. We wanted this to be Moose's thing. So this got me hyped for Rebellion now, because I'm like, either way, Moose is saying I'm coming for I'm going to be the guy here. I don't care who's holding us at the end of the day. So I gotta say one thing I did like a lot on that This is Rebellion special, and we give Tony Khan. Tony Khan has had a lot to say about Impact Wrestling in the past. Sometimes
I'm firm, but I'm fair.
But one thing I did like that he said, he's like, Rich, if you win, I expect you to be on Dynamite defenses, and on Impact making defenses. So I expect you to show up. So if you are our champion, you are going to be an AEW champion. I like that. That really set up a nice promise of things. It's kind of like, hey, if you win our title, you're going to be you better be on Dynamite, fulfilling your commitments to us as well as our champion. So more believability. I did dig that. It was a really good line from Khan on that one. So that. A lot of hints, like what we were all talking about. After that special, it can go either way. Now I'm like, this can go either way, honestly. And I love that. If I'm paying $40, I don't want a predictable show. I want to know we can go either way.
Surprises.
There can't be. Surely there's no one who thinks this isn't worth $40. Like sometimes on a pay-per-view, I'm like, man, this one I was like, take my money. Like, went on.
Watch the Time Machine show.
It's gonna be a banger.
Yeah.
A banger-rama.
It is going to be a banger.
It is a banger-rama. This is definitely Here we
It's
go.
been a bangorama.
Hey, that was like forever ago. That was like Ace Austin a million years ago.
Yeah,
That's when he was filming. Don Callis was the producer of his videos.
that's right.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot.
Dirty Don.
Those-
What a scumbag!
I do love that that they did tease back to that with when he ran to Lish and Slinger's Palace. He's like, "Hey, Lish." She's like, "Oh God, you again?" I was like, if you know, you know. You know, that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Bang his wife.
Except with these two.
Trey's mom has got it going on.
Oh, that too, man. The whole Trey's mom thing, Mrs. Miguel.
Yeah.
Another
Lish.
remember that whole thing?
Man.
Another
good
round
stuff.
of
So bad.
God. Another round of Ask the Roster. Deanna, Josh, and Willie this time. Willie's was the best. Willie, like, his promo was the shit right here. He goes, "Man, what you got hard? Yeah, well, fuck you." Basically, I if this was uncensored, he'd be like, "I'm gonna fuck you up, Kenny Omega." You know, like,
Yeah.
I was expecting him just to drop that and be like, "He's gonna fuck your shit up, Kenny Omega. You know, come in our house and pull this shit." He
Hey, you
was
can go
fired
a
up,
little
man.
censor bar. You could have. He was so into it. You could have did a little beep beep.
Dude, you could have put a censor bar on him. I think that would have been great. I would have loved that. Put a censor bar on Kenny or not on Willie. That would have been awesome because he was really fired up here. I dug that. Then we get a package for Taylor Wilde's return. They basically said April 21. So I mean that's next week,
next Thursday. It's a guarantee unless she's at the pay-per-view.
It's on the pay-per-view or next Thursday.
Yep,
it's one or the other, right?
Either way,
it said April 2021, so she's coming back either. But no, I think that little build-up video was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love those vignettes. It's old school. It's old school stuff. Do more of that.
Yeah.
For people coming in a month in advance, hype it.
Give us a feel about like who they are, you know?
Yeah. It's something I'll give. Go ahead, Jay.
A nice little reminder, you know, besides all the Twitch and, you know, commercial breaks we get.
Right. Well, no, I'm just saying is like I feel like we're getting a different version of Taylor Wilde than we had the last time around, and so that's really exciting. Like this punk rock edgy version.
Yeah.
I always got a more rockabilly feel from her in the first run.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's different because she was like patriotic the first time, right?
It was like an all-American flapper gimmick. I was not a fan of that gimmick.
From Canada.
But she was Canadian. That was the weird thing. She was Canadian. And so, I apologize. My mic is it better now? I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's so weird today.
It's the ghost.
Terrible.
That's like your new gimmick. Oh, my mic's not working. I gotta fix it.
Is it okay now?
We sit around. And
I did tweak it.
It's Mike.
In the middle of that, I did tweak it to something, and I thought that'd be better. I think I fucked it up, but I think it should be good now. I think it should be okay now. I'm not cutting out.
Okay, right now. Okay, right now.
I think I tweaked it. That's why I was cutting out again. But yeah, my bad. All right, next match. I think that was it for backstage segments. Next one is Kiera and Tasha in her corner against Jordan Grace. So let's go to our knockout on this one. Kiera and Tasha, Alicia. Any thoughts on this one? Again, it's a singles match, which bothered me on this. It's again singles matches, but I get the setup. Though. I get the
setup. I get why they did that, and of course, we got to find out who the mystery partner was. So yeah, big shout out to Rachel Ellering.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Who's a fan of Rachel Ellering here? Anybody thoughts on Rachel?
I was briefly aware of her before she got signed to NXT, but didn't really know much of her work. And she's a lot taller than I thought she was.
Yeah.
She's good. She seemed pretty good. I don't think I've seen maybe one match of hers.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
Not much. Did she make it to TV?
I believe so.
She was on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't
actually on TV. I don't remember her. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, she was Megan Classic and then NXT, right? She was both.
Yeah.
Okay, so she did make TV. What do you guys think of her though, wrestling wise? She looked explosive here. Like she came out, good energy. She looked good.
I think we're in for a good run from Rachel. We're gonna see some cool stuff from her.
So the match ends. Jordan wins by DQ. Tasha got involved, right? She went and got involved in the whole thing.
Right.
So DQ, quick match. It wasn't anything, but the setup was to get Rachel in. But yeah, I mean, Rachel came in, took him out. Stryker even hyped up that she is Paul Ellering's daughter. So Legion of Doom connection on that one.
Precious.
So,
Paul Ellering.
Precious Paul. So it's a good team. It's a good team, though. I like it's a good matchup. It's like if you're going to give anybody to Jordan, perfect. That Rachel Ellering is a good choice. And I had forgotten that she was down there for these tapings. So it was a nice surprise for me to see Rachel.
Well, yeah, you forgot. But look, do we want to get into that? Let's get into a little ripping of fake wrestling news.
Go ahead. Talk about it.
Well, because which I think a lot of people agree on, one of the great things about this time frame with the pandemic and no fans is no leaks. For the most part, the tapings, we've got no leaks.
Yeah.
Except we've gotten a few. And I try to avoid the fake wrestling news. I think a lot of us here try to do it. Yeah. But then when they keep putting it out there, even behind their paywall, and then it gets released, like then people eventually will show up in comments and tweets. So you almost can't help but see it. So that's the only thing. This would have been a great surprise if that name hadn't been thrown out a month ago, because a guy that talks to a lot of the talent put it out there to be the guy to kind of ruin it. But that's been did it with the Moose and Rich Swann title change, did it with this. It's just like, I don't know. It's because right now it's only one guy that's really breaking this stuff to try to be there. If it was me, I'd freeze him out. But the company, I don't know. If I'm the company, that's how I handle people like that. But because you can't help it. It could be someone from the roster. But if you don't kind of I wouldn't give them like interviews and stuff.
Is it who you think it is? Jaybone's number one enemy? That guy?
It's that guy.
That guy sucks. And because I hate that he spoils a bunch of shit. And I did hate that. I hate that he spoils shit all the time. And he never puts the company over either. I'll bury him.
Yeah.
But then like they feed him a lot because he's got a decent enough fall. I'm like, I don't know what the deal is with that guy, but I don't know.
He's the biggest piece of shit out there.
But I just cannot get over why spoil shows. What's the thrill of this? You know, what is the thrill? Like, who gets off on this?
It's clicks.
It's clicks, right? Yeah. But I'll ask a question to people in the chat. Do you guys go for spoilers? Do you guys read spoilers? You know, does the chat read spoilers? Do you guys seek them out? Do you look for them? Do you like getting spoilers?
This show attracts a chat that's like us. I bet they don't. You know, we got a lot of similar-minded thinking people in chat when it comes to Impact about like kind of not getting spoilers, like being fans of the company and having faith in the company. And I don't know. I have a feeling that they're going to be on page with us on this one.
My thing is, but why? What's the thrill of it? I'm curious what's the psychology behind it? You know, why do you like to know instead of watching a show? I mean, do you also read for like Law and Order, you know, or do you read spoilers for Game of Thrones also? Like, is that part of your deal? Is that what you do? Or is that just something that's for wrestling only?
I think a lot of that are the fans that aren't fans. They're what you would consider the old LOL TNA crowd, for they could just find spoilers to criticize booking or something like that. Be like, oh, look what they did. As opposed to really, if you like the product, like that's the thing, because obviously it's been a different world for me because I was there for a lot of these. So I didn't have to worry about spoilers. But now it's there you go. That's it.
I like John's
spoilers if you don't care. That's exactly
right. Yeah, who cares? Right? But I was always puzzled me because people like get off on this. Like they want to know first. Watch the show. It's a TV show. At the end of the day, it's a TV show. Enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I cannot get the psychology behind that one. So I don't know, man. That's a weird one to me. I hope they did a good job keeping it under wraps. Like you said, Bill, they didn't really let a lot leak this whole time. So
no, they did a good job, man, because it's just like if it was like in the government. It's such a small leak, you can find it out. You can eliminate the leak. That's true. Feels like maybe they're not trying to eliminate the leak. And then I don't know why. I don't know why you wouldn't want to eliminate the leak. But that's me.
That's Bill.
Wait, eliminate like bang bang? Never mind. No.
However, it's got to be done.
Does that give? Do we give the? Do we give the shotgun to Mark for that one?
Yeah.
Well, he did a literal shotgun.
Yeah.
Did he? Yeah, Mark, you know what? Let's give him the check. Bill, cue up the gun. Mark gets the shot machine gun tonight for implying murder, I guess.
Cocktail hour, brother.
Well, that one too, I guess.
Yeah.
We get a quick look at FinJuice talking about their defense. They're saying that they're keeping the titles. Just, they're in Japan. Looks like they cut the promo from Japan, which was nice. So they'll be there Sunday, though, barring any travel issues. They should be on an airplane, I'm going to imagine, tomorrow on their way to Nashville. So we get FinJuice coming in. But they're cool. I love, like I said, I love Juice Robinson. I think he's so he's a fun dude. We get a recap highlight of Swann and Omega about what's going on with that. And then now it's main event. This is it. Main event time. Eric Young with Violent by Design in his corner, taking on Eddie Edwards with James Storm, Chris Sabin, and Willie Mack in his. Well, wait, was Willie out there too?
Willie was out there.
Not did he come out with him or did he join later? Okay, he came out. Okay, I totally missed it. He came out. I thought he ran in later, but maybe I missed that. Let's put it out there again. Eric Young had a torn ACL during this match. Can we just holy shit, that is not an easy thing to do. A torn ACL. And he wrestled. I thought he was going to wrestle like an adjusted match because of it. And he did not. This guy went full on like this, which I thought was great. But Mark, I'm going to let you kick this one off. Go ahead.
Oh, shit. I was not expecting that. I just put my shit away.
That's why I did it.
Yeah. So what I thought was weird about this is that you had, I know that it's not the main event, but that this was the main event for the pay-per-view go home.
Yeah.
Instead of Swann Omega. So I was just kind of confused by even though I know like it's a great match and we knew we were going to get a good match. You've got EY and Eddie. So my thinking is that, again, to me, this whole episode had two themes. It was like a Rebellion recap for people that are still on the fence. And it was about showing Impact unity. So they really wanted to highlight two of their mainstays. Commentary built that the whole match about Eddie and EY, their histories with the company, what they've done, what they've achieved. And then it ends up in a big breakdown. With EY being hurt, I guess the whole match I was just really confused on where they're going to go with this, because it's clear that EY was supposed to be a big piece on, right? He got the win here. So I don't know what happens. It wasn't so much what happened in this main event to me that matters. Is it what it does for Sunday? Because knowing the real world implications behind what's going on in kayfabe, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen here.
This one's interesting because as of right now, Eric Young is still in the match. That's still on the table. What do you go?
That
Go
can't
ahead.
happen. I was just going to say, back to what we were saying earlier, I just can't see that happening. It's potentially risking his whole career. So what do you do here? That makes this match feel final for Eric Young for now, and it just really got me thinking ahead. I guess I was distracted during this whole match because of that.
You made a good point, though, because this end of show and what the butt ended with, it almost felt like this was going to be the main event of the pay-per-view. You know? I was like, oh, this is the 4-on-4 is the main event, which is to keep the importance on the Impact guys. That's the idea, right? It's like, this is still our show, by the way. You know, we're not going to, even though Swann and Omega Swann and Omega is a big deal, but this is still our guys here. It's 8 of our guys in this one. So we got to make this still feel important, which I think they successfully did. It was still a really good match, good story, good heat. They fed. It's weird though. It didn't, because of this being the go home segment, the last segment. It didn't feel like a go home show. Like it felt like
right.
And I get it because the Swann and Moose and thing was like more of a speaking segment. You don't want to go off the air with that. But I feel like you had to go off the air with something with that because that's the one you've been selling the whole show on. You know, and it just did, because this ended. It didn't feel like a total go home for what they've been hyping it as to me.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm in. That's one of those things.
One more final thought from me before we pass it off is that maybe it's a big picture thing because you put the Moose storyline in with what happened here, and again, the focus on Impact. If we're going to just like fantasy book it out, let's say Rich doesn't win on Sunday, you already now have a very natural lead into Impact going over to get their belts back. Or belts or whatever. So I kind of see the big picture here. but maybe the timing was off to do this big segment on the last match to go home. I don't know. Was it just bad timing?
Interesting. I don't know. Bill, you got a take on this?
Yeah, like I agree. I think there's some reasons when we're doing the watch along, and I think it's because maybe the TV and the Twitch timing was off, but they were pretty much doing the last promo close to a half hour before the end of the show. So it was like, oh, that's a lot of time. And I was like, because we knew, and Eric put out that great post talking about the injury, Eddie Edwards, like really kind of breaking kayfabe. And I'm like, okay. And then Impact retweeted it and all. So like they were honest. They know he's injured.
Yeah.
So let's get an answer tonight on what's going on and not wait till the pay-per-view. So I thought, okay, have the match. Maybe they filmed something separately where that last 5 to 10 minutes, you reveal Eric Young got injured and this is a replacement, or we'll announce the replacement at the show. Just something to address that Eric's going to be out. They didn't do that because then there was just a ton of Twitch commercials that kind of then there was like a 12-minute match, I guess. So that kind of changed it. And I think that would have been maybe a little more, it would have given more of a proper ending going into it. This way, and maybe that's because they knew Eric's probably going to be on the shelf for what, at least 9 months, maybe more.
6 to 9.
Yeah, like so maybe this was your go home, Eric. This is your main event, and we'll see you. We'll see you down the road.
Trug makes a good observation. Why wasn't the press conference this week? That would have really set it home to me. The press conference, because it felt like that was so detached. And I get it. They addressed the press conference in Rich's promo, but it's like, I don't know. It did not feel like a full-on go-home, though. It really didn't.
It was just a nice way to wrap everything up in a little package because you had the press conference for Omega and Swann. You had the face-off. You had this special that was all revolved around them. It wasn't a complete package on the pay-per-view. It was specifically for Omega and Swann. This episode was a nice way to pinpoint, okay, you got this match over here. This is our main event tonight. This is focusing on this 4-on-4. You got the tag match with the ladies doing this over here. It was a little focus on everyone. That's why.
Yeah, good take.
So it's in the reason for doing that, it as odd as, like I said earlier, it felt odd that Omega wasn't there for a face-off, but then you had the Moose segment show up. With everything else that happened, it kind of forgave everything for Omega not being there. So you just got a little bit of everything saying, hey, yeah, we're plugging the whole Omega Swann thing because it's a phenomenon, hell of a match but we got all this too. So
now it's interesting how Jay brings that up, but let me ask you this to you, Trent, and the rest of the panel: if they just switch segments and they ended with Rich Swann in the ring with Kenny and the Moose reveal, how do you feel about this show?
That would have been it to me. That should have been it.
Better.
That would have been.
I'm wondering, was that it? And did they change it because of EY's injury?
Oh,
could be.
Maybe.
Huh. That's a good take.
It makes good sense too. Makes sense.
Like maybe they tweaked. They just, it was all taped and they just kind of placed one where the other one was supposed to be. That's a good take. Because I'm really I'm puzzled by that. Last week felt more like it. I could see that, Bill. That's a really good.
Because you could definitely have a go home where Rich Swann's holding both belts, saying, "Come on, come on, come on," and then you go to the bumper,
and that's it. Yeah, that could have been. Go ahead.
I mean,
go ahead, Jay.
The brawl at the end is a very typical pay-per-view go-home segment where you get for like a Royal Rumble or a Battle Royal, that's going to happen at the next pay-per-view or something like that. Very typical. You get, the locker room clears out kind of segment. That's, I think that's another reason why they did it this way. And there's a lot of different points that we brought up that all make sense. But it was this finish was more typical where, you get a brawl at the end. So
yeah, fair enough, man. Well, that's the show. We went off the air with that, and that's the end of it. So Rebellion this Sunday, get it on Fight TV and traditional pay-per-view. We're going to go through, let's blaze through the quick predictions before we get out of here.
Mark's already blazed through. Come on.
Mark's
yeah. I got to blaze some more.
Jaybone's got the grid. He's got the prediction grid going. Jay, I'll let you lead this and call the match, and then we'll start with Alicia, and we'll go that way. We'll work that way.
All right.
Clockwise.
We got the fire and the flavor versus
and real quick, sorry to interrupt. Everybody in the chat, as Jay reads it off, throw your prediction in too.
Put them in. Put them in.
Yes.
Put them in. Go ahead, Jay.
So Knockouts tag titles on the line. Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz defending against Jordynne Grace and new to the locker room of the Knockouts, Rachel Ellering.
All right. Alicia, start with you.
I have a feeling that Tasha and Kiera are going to be dropping the titles to Jordynne and Rachel.
All right.
Not because that's what I want to happen. I definitely back Kiera and Tasha in this, but I just got a feeling it's coming. They gotta freshen it up a little.
I guess Mark's answer is obvious after that.
Yeah.
I'm with Alicia 100%. I think that they're going to move the titles too.
Oh, do you think? Okay.
Just doesn't mean we like it.
Yeah, I unfortunately think they're going to move the titles too. Fire and flavor for life. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we got that. We got that sound clip in here. Where's the okay? Oh, here. Oh, sure. Hit it again. Somebody hit it again.
Okay.
She flies.
It's so nice. I had to do it twice.
Go ahead. All right, what do we got? My turn. Okay, I'm gonna say Fire and Flavor retain the titles. I'm going the other way.
Hope so.
They retain the titles. What do you got, Bill?
This is tough. Depending on who the partner was going to be, this could have changed hands. Rachel Ellering, I think, is going to be a long-term replacement. Like, I think she's going to be part of the roster.
She's on the roster page.
Yeah, if it was someone that was going to do a short, like a short program, I would have said maybe. But because Rachel's going to be here for a while, it would be the ultimate hot shot. So I say no. Fire and Flavor. Yeah. She hasn't even had a match.
Yeah, I don't want that hot shot going on. Jaybone, on you. You're Bill. You're going to retain Kiera.
And retain. Maybe Jazz comes by to help Fire and Flavor.
Okay, all right. Jaybone, what do you got?
I gotta agree. I mean, we don't know, even on the indie side of things. I don't know if Jordynne Grace and Rachel Ellering have any chemistry. I have no idea. I'm going to assume for now, no. In this Impact Zone, in this universe, they don't. It's non-existent. They know each other, obviously. Jordynne Grace is very appreciative of Rachel Ellering showing up. That was evident. We saw that. So it's like she knew something. But as far as teaming together, it's like, So I got to go with, as much as I want them to freshen things up, I think Fire and Flavor are going to hold on to them.
All right. Right. That's quite a nice little split crowd here. Okay, go ahead. What's next, Jay?
What did Mark give?
I said Grace and Ellering.
Okay.
That's not who I'm rooting for, but that's who I think they're going to put it on.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha. All right, so next we got VBD versus Storm, Sabin, Edwards, and the Mac.
All right, Alicia, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the alternative team of all the misfits banded together against Violent by Design, because how else are we going to write Eric out for his ACL injury?
Good take.
Dude, I'm 100% with Alicia. Same reason, too.
Same reason? You guys are the same thing? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going Violent by Design with new member debuting. I'm going with that. New member debuting, but he causes them to win.
Okay.
No prediction on who the new member is. I can't even tell you right now. I have no idea. I can't even say anything. So go ahead. What do you got, Bill?
I'm going to go with Violent by Design as well. I would love to know who that new member was. I'm really fingers crossed after this, Chris Hero, or Davey Richards,
who just came back like this week.
So I'm because the possibilities you have with this mystery person, as well as EY, which we can't forget, got the win in the main event tonight.
Yes,
with the torn ACL. I think they go, and remember, Violent by Design. This is the big stable in Impact Wrestling right now.
This is the one. Yep,
you can't have them lose to, as with perfectly said, a misfit ragtag bunch of sort of ZNA.
It's true, very true. Cool. So you're going Violent by Design, Jaybone.
I gotta go Violent by Design.
I feel like upper panel here is the
bottom.
same. It's Treehouse has one thought, and top panel's got a different. Yep. All right, Violent by Design.
The smoking section's down there. That's what it goes.
True story.
All right, what's next?
Where's
Jay?
Kyle?
Wait. Quick question.
Yeah.
When and where did Davey Richards come back? Because I've been hearing little things, but I've been so off the grid as far as news lately.
I want to say he announced like a handful of dates.
Recently. Yeah, like I'm seeing him May 22nd in Jersey.
In Jersey, yeah, he announced a handful. He also did a my buddy Gary owns this company called Graps Apparel, which a bunch of the guys rep.
New shirt.
New shirt on Graps is for Davey already. Which I don't get the shirt though. It says American born, British made, and I'm like,
yeah,
how? I'm like, wait, where did that happen?
Strong style.
I guess I don't know. I was like, where did the British part come in? American.
Well, he pretty much mimicked Dynamite Kid.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that could be it. Okay, then that's a tie-in.
Interesting.
Yeah, but he's back, and him coming onto a team opposite of Eddie Edwards. The story is built in.
Well, let's not forget how they left off.
How was the last thing they did? I'm trying to remember how they.
We get the clip every damn week.
Yeah,
they left with that feud. Yeah, I know that clip plays every week on Twitch
with the little smoochy to a former knockout.
What else? Smoochy. Yeah, we'll see. What was that in Alicia? Like that feud, but that was it, right? They feuded each other out.
Because then Angelina and Davey left soon after that, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, cool. All right, so you're going Violent by Design, Jay. All right.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah,
what's next?
I can't. I'm ditto on the whole. Can't wait to see, the replacement for Eric.
And if there's a replacement, we're
I don't think they'll go short-handed unless it were flipped and it were the face team that was short a person.
Okay,
which they've done.
Yeah,
Willie Mack for the tag titles.
Yep.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. That was a great match. Yeah. Bill and I were both front row for that one.
Oh yeah, you
Trent
guys
was
were
in the building as well.
That was Hal's lurking around. Yep. All right, go ahead. What's next, Jay?
All right, we got Sami Callihan versus Trey Miguel. Is it Last Man Standing? Is that what it is?
Yes.
The gimmick. There's not too many gimmicks in this pay-per-view, which is nice, but
it's Last Man Standing. All right, what do you got, Alicia?
So who I want to win is Sami. Who I think is actually going to win is Trey, because he's got passion.
Yeah,
it's all about that passion.
Trey all day. I love Sami too, but Trey's they've got to build Trey up.
I'm going Trey also. I think he's gonna go. I think Trey's gonna go violent as shit, and Sami's gonna love every minute of it. Like you might
this dumbass.
Hey, I thought it was a good prediction. Okay, but I thought it's gonna be one of those things where he beats Sami down so bad, and you see Sami kind of laughing because he's like, "That's what I wanted. That's my boy," So I'm going Trey also. What do you got, Bill?
It's going to be more the same. I'm going to go Trey on this one as well. We know that Sami doesn't need the win, and this is actually going to bring them together.
Yeah,
right.
Trey and Sami. So Trey needs the win.
That's true. I'm going that way. All right, Jay, you can make it a clean sweep on Trey if you're saying Trey.
It's a sweep.
Trey Miguel, it is.
It's a Kenny Omega.
How about everyone in the chat? Are we going Trey in the chat?
We got one Sami from Armand. That's
one Sami. Oh, Bell's boy saying Sami.
I'm sorry.
Too.
And Zero Cool also. So very few Samis.
It's split in the crowd. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and Trey Miguel, the way they've been building him up and this whole back and forth thing with Sammy, it's great. And Trey looks like $1 million. Jeez Louise, he really, dude, on the show tonight, he had that segment with. Now, I'm sorry, who was that? Was his school that he teaches in?
CK3, Conrad Kennedy III. Yep.
Okay, yeah, and that segment, dude, Trey was jacked as shit, man.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks good, man.
Yeah, looks tremendous. Yeah. All right. Then we got Myers versus Cardona.
Oh man,
this is the split. Go ahead, Alicia. This is tough one.
Now, this is what an I versus career match, or no? What is this?
Internet title versus I.
This one's kind of tough. I'm not really sure.
It's a tough one.
I'm just gonna say Myers on disqualification. Or sorry, Ryder on disqualification.
Ryder? Who?
Cardona?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, boo.
Sorry.
Boo.
Wow. I'm a dick. I mean, yeah.
You should be in jail.
Yes.
Should be. You know what I mean.
Oh man.
Sadly, understood about half of that.
Oh Lordy, oh Lord. All right, good. All right, so you're saying.
Man.
Wait, so who did you say?
Cardona.
Cardona is gonna win because Ryder's gonna goddamn.
No. Here we
You should
go.
be in jail.
Yes.
Move on. Get the hook and drag me.
It ain't no secret. I need a job.
Give Alicia the kazoo.
It's late.
Oh, wow.
I don't know where I'd be without your wisdom.
I have
this is
the
the
runs.
This is the worst.
I have the runs.
For reals. This is the worst drubbing Alicia's ever taken on the show.
Yeah.
No.
Book this.
Oh no.
Soundbite. This is like a
I concur.
soundbite alliteration going on. All right. Let's keep going. We gotta finish this. All right, what do we got?
I am going to go Myers because I don't think this is the final stop. I actually think these guys got a lot left in the tank for this. I do not think this is the worthy blow off that they deserve. This is going to be one of many more matches I think we're going to get. So I'm going to go Myers.
Okay, now you're going Myers. All right, I am going to go Myers as well. I think Myers on fire. I think he's hot right now. It's going to be Myers. He's doing some good shit. I like Myers on this. I think that guy's just he's making it happen right now. So Myers it is for me. So what do you got, Bill?
I'm going to go Matt Cardona because I think I agree though this isn't the end, but I think when they have the blow off, that's when Brian Myers wins. So Cardona's going to win the battle, but not the war.
All right.
So I'm going to give Cardona the win here.
Good reaction. The crowd, the chat's very split on this one.
Yeah,
very split on this
big
one.
time.
So, all right, Jay, what do you got?
I think I gotta go Cardona because I'm just trying to look at how they've booked this. Like the loss against Sammy was very strange.
Yeah.
So I feel like the loss versus Sammy. Now he's got to come back at the pay-per-view. That's typical pay-per-view booking 101. But and there I go, assuming and going against everything I usually do. But I want to see Cardona get a win just because I want him to stick around. He looks great on this brand. He really does.
He does, man.
Yeah, he's a good fit.
So yeah, I'm going Cardona.
All right, very cool. Cardona. All right, it's a nice little mix between us here too. Okay, what else? What's next, Jay?
We got TJP versus Josh Alexander versus Ace Austin defending the X Division title.
All right, this is going to be a show stealer for me in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Alicia. Start with you.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
I want Ace to retain, but I have a feeling this is where Josh Alexander is gonna take the belt.
Josh, okay, that's one for Josh.
Word for word, what Alicia said. I'm rooting for Ace. I believe this is Josh's moment.
I'm with you guys too. Put me down for Josh. Same thing. This is Josh all the way. This is PD's win tonight. All that momentum. This is Josh night. I'm going
Team
with that.
Canada.
Bill, we going unanimous here almost.
Oh yeah.
We got to remember, Ace still has
trophy.
The trophy. So he doesn't need the title. Like, he can lose the title and he can get it back if he wants to. So it's time for Josh Alexander. It's time for Team Canada 2.0.
All right, here we go. That's underway. Very nice. Very nice. Jay, gonna make it a unanimous panel here. What do we got?
You all said Josh?
We all said Josh.
Oh, what the hell? We'll make it a sweep, Josh.
Sweet, full sweep for Josh to be the.
Can we double sweep that we all think TJP eats the pin in this match?
Oh, shit.
No, hey,
Good for you.
No personal opinions aside, I honestly think TJP is going to eat the pin here because Ace
Protects
is on
Ace.
path.
It protects
Ace, who's a future world champion. It gives Josh the big rub, and TJP isn't even signed. So TJP eats the pin.
Keeps Ace looking strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that one. All right, cool. What else we got, Jay? What's next?
That's it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
We got Deonna Purrazzo defending the Knockouts title versus Tenille Dashwood.
This is a tricky one for me.
No,
go ahead, Alicia.
I'm gonna go with Deonna.
Dude, Deonna breaks Tenille in half.
I will crush you.
Dude, she's gonna wipe the fucking floor with her. Deonna is going to show this girl who the real boss of this division is. Tenille's about to get her shit pushed in.
Man, Mark's fired up, man.
Deonna all day.
Mark is fired up today, man.
Deonna all day.
Jesus Christ. All right, I'm you know what? Oddly enough, I got this weird feeling it's going to Tenille.
Get the fuck out of here.
I think they're gonna do it, man. They've been teasing this forever, getting it on Tenille, and I don't know, man.
If it happens, it has to be short, man. There's no way they could carry a reign with her. Not with Deonna hanging around.
Maybe not, but I think they're gonna do it. I think they're about to pull that trigger on her. No. It's about time for that. I think it's just been too much investment in her without anything to show for it. This is the show. So I'm going Tenille. Bill?
This, you look at it from afar, you can agree with the treehouse and think it would be a short Deonna arm bars her, she's done. But I agree with you. I feel a heavy Tenille push coming our way. However, Deonna is having a face turn. Yeah. And she will retain the title, and she will be a face.
Oh, okay.
So can I real quick, just because Bill said something I was thinking earlier, Deonna has to turn face because Deonna's ultimate rival in this company, when all is said and done and the books are closed, is going to be Su Yung. Those two are like a future rivalry that we're going to enjoy for years to come. Deonna as a face just works better in that rivalry, and I think we're going to circle back around to that. So I think Bill's 100% correct that we see face
for sure
soon.
I could see that. Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. That's that. So, Bill, you said Deonna retains, but turns face. Interesting. Jay, what do you got?
Trent, I gotta agree with you. I fully agree on most levels that Deonna would, how did Mark say, wipe the floor with her, push her shit in, or how do we use that?
She's gonna do all that. She's gonna break both of her arms,
push her shit in.
She's probably gonna pile driver on an apron. Yeah, she's probably gonna grab that spotlight kick, throw her into a turnbuckle, break her legs. Yeah,
I could file an injunction.
I don't even know where that
she could do that too. Yeah. Thank you. Khan for showing up. That's blessing with you. But yeah, as much as I don't want Tenille to win, in my head it makes sense. This is now. Quote me if I'm check me if I'm wrong, but this is try number 3 for her as far as going for the Knockouts title. And she's had a few start and stops. This is her longest, most, I'll say, successful run as far as continuing, being healthy. And it's in the middle of a freaking pandemic. She's been consistent and has been getting better. So maybe that's what they're looking at. The stuff with Caleb is working. It would be easy to take the title off of her because you got new faces showing up. Deonna could easily turn face here, looking at who's going against her, especially the reaction and all that stuff we saw tonight. But yeah, I gotta go with Tenille.
And,
All right, Tenille.
Jaybone mentions if Sue could cost this match. I could. There's a little. I'll grant a little sliver of a chance for Tenille that Sue could mess this up for Deonna, creating that feud, like reigniting that feud, because I do think Sue's about to introduce a new personality or revert. So maybe, but I'm still going Deonna because, come on, guys, Deonna. This is Deonna. Have you guys seen her wrestle? She's really good.
Yeah,
really good.
And she's all right. She knows what she's doing there.
She's a really good wrestler. I think she's probably going to win. Yeah.
All right, what's next, Jay?
We got the Good Bros trying to get those titles back from FinJuice.
All right, Alicia, what do you got?
FinJuice.
FinJuice retain. Okay. All right. Mark? Mark's torn on this.
God, I almost feel like you have to have FinJuice retain because with the belts away for so long, it feels like we haven't had tag champions. So they need to have a bunch of matches in company here for television. So I'm going to tentatively go FinJuice, but I'm like 5% confident on that pick. This is a tough one, I think. I think this is really tough because there's the intercompany dynamics. The main event has a different intercompany dynamic. Belts are moving around. Man, this one could go either way.
I'm going Good Brothers. I think they're going to give them back to the Good Brothers. They're all over the place. They're just good advertising. FinJuice is great, but they're just not around enough. And if Kenny wins this title, there's a built-in story. There's too much story to not put it on them. So I'm going Good Brothers. Bill?
Too sweet me, bro, because it's the Good Brothers.
Good Brothers it
and
is.
They're taking these home. And not to say, because I think there'll be probably a rematch with FinJuice at tapings, and I think we're still going to see some of this New Japan go forward. If we got an announcement before today that they were returning to Access TV with a date, I would have gave FinJuice a better shot at this. But this will be reignited because they're going to Japan too, the Good Brothers, at some point. So they'll probably have a rematch on their soil at some point. So definitely going to Good Brothers here, though, for the storyline.
Okay. All right, Jay, close it out.
Too sweet me. Scott
Bros.
Yeah.
Nice
that team, you look at, if you're watching AEW and you see how tight that group is right now, Kenny Omega, Callis leading them, Good Brothers just wait patiently for that opportunity to snag them back, and now the Young Bucks are back in there.
All gold on everybody when the Good Brothers win. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Generation Me, Max and Jeremy.
Take it easy. Whoa, cut this guy's mic.
I just, like I said, I have little confidence in mine. You guys could very well be right. But, man, what was the point of FinJuice if we don't see him a little bit more? So, I don't know.
I get it.
Oh, I mean, I still want to see him.
This one's a toss-up for sure.
Yeah.
Because they need tag teams. I mean, they have some homemade tag teams that they've been kind of moving around, and we've seen that the last few weeks on television. But we need actual tag teams. So, yeah.
All right, Jay, let's close it out. What's left?
The main event.
All right, this is a big one. This is the
Swann and his Impact World title versus Kenny Omega and his AEW World title.
Well, all right, Alicia, what do you got?
Rich Swann.
Swann retain. And
it's not
wins the AEW.
Swann becomes AEW.
AEW champion.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, Mark, what do you got?
I mean, so much pressure. So much pressure. This is like the biggest prediction of my entire podcasting career.
All three.
I'm gonna go Kenny fucking Omega. Come on.
But
I want Rich to win. I want Rich to win, but give me a Kenny Omega. Dude,
get him out of here.
This is
guy down.
The biggest match of Rich Swann's career. Kenny Omega. I don't know. It's another match for him.
Oh man, look at this guy.
I'm cheering for Rich, but hey, you know what, man? I got to tell it like it is, dude. I'm cheering for Rich. I'm gonna be cheering hard for Rich, but there's no fucking way. There's just no way, man. There's no way.
That son of a bitch.
Sorry, Rich. I'm rooting for you though, buddy. But come on, after tonight with Moose coming back, There is no way. I was on the fence all week. They finally got me to a point where I was like, okay, man, maybe Swann can do this. Maybe Swann can do this. After seeing Moose tonight, not a chance in hell. That's the money match.
That's my take too. The only reason I'm going to say Omega is because of Moose interjecting today.
It's not who you like. It's who you think's going to win.
It's just because I think like
Pathetic.
I'm sorry. But I'm saying I think this tonight's nugget with Moose set Moose up to be the hero today. And I'm like, I'm saying Moose. I'm saying Omega, and then Moose comes in.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bill.
Well, you'll know weeks ago, I was like a Kenny Omega win. He's definitely winning. Afterthought, but then Moose was then going to take it by Slammiversary.
Yeah.
But then we had some things happen that made that maybe come out of focus a little bit. Mm-hmm. Rich looked like he had a path. And then it got clearer. Like last week, the last couple weeks, it's like Rich Swann can do this. Even in the This Is Rebellion, it was really leading to, right, he can do this. Then Scott D'Amore said some things in the This Is Rebellion. And that's like, ooh, Team Canada 2.0 looking pretty good with Scott D'Amore and some shenanigans with a finish in this match. So that's I do have the code that will turn, and Scott D'Amore is going to do it.
That's crazy.
But what sealed the deal was the return of Moose tonight. That is correct. So you already had that with Moose to then be our savior, our wrestling god. Moose will save the day, but sadly, Rich will have to fall before Moose can save us all.
You know, Bill read that like that sounded Shakespearean to me. The way Bill set that up, like that was fully like that was like what's his name, James Lipton, who did the Inside the Actor Studio.
Yeah,
that guy can make like Dumb and Dumber sound like Gone with the Wind. You know, it was like. the two lives interject.
A masterpiece.
And I was more sold because of what Bill just said than anything else right now. You sold me.
Totally.
I'm buying. I'll pay $80. I'll buy Jay a paper. No, I won't. But I'll pay double for that based on what you just said. I like that. That was really good. Hey, well, so who do you pick? Who was the pick at the end of that?
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. Okay.
I love the call. I love the call on the coach turning.
That's a good take, man.
Man, they're not going to make that the story of Rebellion after hyping this.
We don't know
because that would come out being a huge story.
Well, it's not going to be the last thing. It's not going to be like the going off air moment. It's going to happen mid to 3/4 way. It will turn the momentum. The tide will, but it will turn the tide in the main event.
Okay,
that Kenny maybe he hits the first of 3 One-Winged Angels.
Oh,
because
wow, what a call!
Swann will kick out of one,
guaranteed. At least one. I think Swann kicks out of one as well.
Yeah.
Well, remember, nobody in the States has ever kicked out of one.
Mm-hmm.
True story. Even 2012 G1.
Oh, well, hey, now let's not talk about 2012 Carl Anderson.
Mike. All right, Jay, close it out. Who do you got?
I gotta go with Omega. I love Swann, and he has beat some significant people along this, championship reign. He beat former champs, but this big picture, if you're the invisible hand, if you're Scott, not saying Scott D'Amore is going to turncoat, which he probably could. He could. Mm-hmm. It makes sense, Bill. But just leaving that out, if you're, a completely just out of storyline here, you're Don Callis, you're Scott D'Amore, you got that close tie with Kenny Omega, you get buddy with Tony Khan. Who do you want to bring in your company for a nice little run as champion? Who would not want Kenny Omega? Throw the storylines out the window. who would you want to bring in? You want to bring in one of the best guys on the damn planet right now. And that's Kenny. That's Kenny, by God, Omega.
One-winged angel. One-winged angel. One-winged angel.
Perfect time to give an assessment on the pro wrestling industry and where we all stand. Impact Wrestling, the number one. Impact Wrestling, the number one.
Hey, he
agrees. And they will be if
number
you
one
bring in Omega.
All right, well, that's it.
And remember what was said tonight, though. If Kenny were to win the title, he will be there weekly with the title.
That's what he says. That's what he says.
Shoving it in people's faces.
I love that stipulation, though, that no matter who wins, they have to fulfill the commitments of both titles.
Well, you don't think it's going to show up on their show, do you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, well,
they're not even promoting
Kenny would have to parade around
he
with it.
Yeah, he doesn't carry the Mega Championship from AAA on AEW TV. So,
see,
yeah,
I don't know. That already worries me.
Conclusion though is that the AAA thing is just exempt from all of this. This is just between AEW and Impact.
Yeah, the AAA thing kind of has been.
Like they mentioned that he's got it, but they won't show it because I don't feel like AAA is involved in this.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense.
Yeah, we'll see, guys.
The
Good Brothers showed those tag titles every time, right, Jay?
They did. They had them.
The reason is because Kenny can't go down there a lot to do business with them, unfortunately. He went down there for Triple Mania. They haven't done shit since.
Yeah.
That's
travel was an issue with that too, so I can see that.
Yeah, it's just travel, the pandemic, it's everything.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, just keep it warm over here, you know?
All right. Well, that's the predictions, guys. That's Rebellion 2021. That's the show from tonight, the go home edition. A lot packed into this one, so it's a nice long episode. And then now that's it. Now the movie night's tomorrow, badass movie night tomorrow night on Access.
Meatballs.
Me hosting Meatballs. It's going to be a lot of fun. Great movie.
It is.
I've never seen it.
I just bought it on DVD. Actually, I just bought it, just part of the collection. So, yes, I still buy DVDs. But let's get our plugs in. Let's get out of here. What do we got? All right, Alicia, where can people follow you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram under the same handle of Alicia BKK.
Nice. Mark, where can they get you?
Mark World Order, MARKQ World Order on the Twitter. That's it.
All right. Bill, what do you got?
You can follow me on the Twitter at my name, William M. Gardner, GARDNER. Also, the Instagram, there will be some pictures. I'm going through. I'm even finding old Shearer pictures. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. And just for and a reminder, next week, the Iceman returns. The Iceman cometh.
Iceman cometh next week, guys. He will be here next week. Very nice. Jaybone, we're going to get you and Smash and all that stuff.
You can find Smash This Podcast on YouTube and Twitch live a few times a week when I'm not doing this. Trying to keep up with the news and the reviews and all that stuff. It's a little tough lately, but we're keeping it going. You can also find Smash This Podcast on the socials, the Instanet, the Facebox, and the Twitter box. And for your phone on the go, anchor.fm/Smash This Podcast goes out to Spotify, Apple, Google, all those great places.
Very nice.
Predictions tomorrow night. That's what I'm going to do.
There you go. Guys, you get me at Trentsberry on Twitter and the show I'm on another podcast with Basil, also the Backstage Boys podcast. Give that a listen. It's available everywhere. Just type in the Backstage Boys podcast. Also, guys, this show is available at We Talk Impact, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Just type in Total Nonstop Impact. We come right up on everything. YouTube.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact. ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. And all audio formats, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, and subscribe, guys. We're on everything. So the more you share it, the more you like it, the more you rate it, the more we get seen. So we appreciate that. All the big shout out to all the new listeners and a bunch of new people coming on board lately every week. New AEW fans, welcome to our show. Hope you continue to hang out after Rebellion too. So definitely join us every week. Our schedule is Time Machine Tuesday. We go to NWA TNA shows. We do throwback shows from Impact Plus. This week coming up is NWA TNA number 66, right, guys? 66 this week. So Tuesday nights. So episode 66 coming up this week. TNI UK guys do their breakdown and review shows every Wednesday. And Thursday Hump Day, and then post show after Impact goes off the air, we do right here. It's the full review post show predictions, whatever we do the whole shebang. This is the flagship show, and prior to that, we do a watch along on twitch.tv/Tall Nonstop Impact. Bill leads the way. He has a truck join him sometimes. Jaybone's in there. Full watch along on Twitch. Come hang out, watch the show, cheer.
Yeah, right from the beginning at BTI, the whole 3 hours.
The whole thing. Yeah,
not
the whole
just
block.
Not just two.
No.
3 hours.
You guys BTI in there too, and the Twitch chat's a lot of fun. It's a good Twitch group in there, so definitely come hang out in there, guys. Discord link is in the description below. Hang out on Discord, and I think that's it, guys. So yeah, anything else? Am I missing anything?
Well, special for this weekend, we'll be doing the reaction show during the pay-per-view.
That's right. Oh yeah, duh. I should put that out there too. Yeah, we'll be back Sunday night for the pay-per-view itself. Full reaction show. The room will be open. We'll all be hanging out, just kind of watching. We did it for Slammiversary last year, and I think Bound for Glory also. Everybody's hanging out. The cameras are on, reacting, and then immediately as soon as that's done, full review show Sunday nights. Join us. We'll probably kick it off at like 7-6 Central when the countdown starts. We'll open it up then. Come hang out with us. Get your thoughts in there. Sound off, and let's do it. But anything else?
That's it.
That's it. All right, let's get out of this episode.
Thanks to everyone who's bought the new shirt.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate the new shirt purchase. A lot of big sales for that one. So the new shirt is cool on Pro Wrestling Tees. So thank you all very much. Other than that, guys, we'll see you Sunday night. Get your orders in on Fight TV. Order it up right now. Be ready for Sunday. We'll join you right back here Sunday night for Rebellion 2021. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe. We'll talk to you later. Good night.